Alright, welcome dudes. We're getting started right away tonight. So we are going to, tonight's plan, we're going to finish up where we left off, doing the challenge mode here. Oop, hold on. Almost split those max out. Can't have that happen. We're going to do the challenge modes that we didn't finish on Thursday. For those of you who didn't notice, I put out a video on how to do this boss. After our stream, I got so into it, I just kept going and going, and as long as I was doing all the testing and stuff, trying to get this boss down, because this is actually a complicated boss. As long as I was doing all that, I'm like, I might as well just record a video and then put the video up for anyone who cares. So, if you're interested, the full reference guide is on the channel, but I'm gonna do this one more time on stream just to finish where we left off on Thursday, and we'll probably try a different team combination too from what I have in the video. Then after that, we are going to transition over to Alva gambling. Hopefully we can get segment 6. I managed to scrape up a whole ton of extra tickets. So hopefully that goes well. And then finally, news, CN news. We got a lot of news to cover. So I'm hoping that I don't mess this up on my first run here and we get this in a relatively normal amount of time. Let's see. In addition to that, there's a big thunderstorm going on in my area too, so if the stream just cuts out halfway through, you know what happened. I got struck by lightning and died. So it also might be causing buffering issues and stuff because power lines go out or something like that. I think we covered all the important stuff, so let's get started here. So we're going to do combat first today, just to keep it consistent with the ending from last week. I figured out the hard way that running that pure frost team I was running last time is not the play. It doesn't work on this boss, unfortunately. The big issue is that it's so hard to actually do damage to the boss. As I talked about in the video, but we'll show here in a second, one of the big mechanics of this boss that was causing problems was the advanced awareness, and she generates a shield, but she can't be hit with targeted attacks while the shield is up. So you have to get rid of it in a creative way. And unfortunately, the ice team just doesn't really have a way to do that. Everyone's targeted attacks. Macchiato and Robella do interceptions, or essentially out of turn attacks on their turns. But it does so little damage to the boss. There's no way you're going to kill the boss in a reasonable amount of time doing that. Because the boss does drop the shield while she's taking her turn. So I can't do a full frost team. That's unfortunate. I think, let me think here. So in the video, I did a whole bunch of team combos. Right now, we're borrowing a Springfield. Let's switch over to, oh, I see. Good old Paul here. He never fails. We got a Lewis. I haven't tried this yet, although I have a feeling this is going to dumpster the boss. We could try it. We could also try a segment 6 Alva as well. This worked out pretty good. It's a little slower, but you're never going to die. And let me think. I think you still have to run with fire units, though, because if you're running a segment 6 Alva, oops. So if we run a segment 6 Alva, we have to deal with getting the boss's shield down. So the only two ways to do that are AoE damage and out-of-turn attacks. And on this account, I don't have anyone strong enough to really do AoE damage. Well, I could use Lind, but that's kind of cheating to use 2 segment 6s. But for example, base Klukai, that's not enough. None of these characters do out-of-turn. Niketa is not fun for doing that because the boss is moving all over the place. It's very, very difficult to land the dog in a spot that works unless you can trap the boss in a corner, which then you have weird line of sight issues. Although, maybe if you get the boss in one of these corners, it's not so bad. But so I think we're kind of stuck running the fire team. Electric team is this team won't work for me because I don't have a segment 6 lava, which you kind of need to break the shield. So I think we're just kind of stuck with the fire team. Good old fire team. We can throw Lewis back in there, and so usually we want one more HP buffer. We could take Xiaomi for Where's she? We can take Xiaomi to make the shields from Alva really, really thick. That kind of is like having a big HP buffer, but I actually prefer Springfield because she doesn't really care if she gets the debuff. Someone's going to have to hold the debuff the majority of the time, and she doesn't really care because a lot of her stuff is HP scaling, and she's applying attack up, which is less important in this team, actually, because my Vector is doing that because she has segment 2. But let's do this real quick and see how it goes. I'm just thinking positioning real quick. This should be fine. We'll see who the debuff goes on, because that's really annoying. Oh, perfect. It went on Springfield on the first try. Sweet. Yeah, this is annoying, because if this goes on, like, Lewis, for example, you could probably get away with, like, Alva. Changju is easy, because, so how this works is when this unit ends its turn, oh, also streamer started early, and you know that is true but not true. So I set it on YouTube for the same time I always set it on, but here in America we have daylight savings time and we just jumped forward an hour. Oh, well, that's good. This is going to be a repeat for people who didn't who don't live in America, and then by the time I'm done with this, we'll probably move on to like CN News and gambling, which is probably what everyone wanted to see. But yes, I did not. I started an hour early for me. I started an hour early for you. I thought about that this weekend. I'm like, is this gonna get messed up? It's a disaster already, guys. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I can't see into the future about what will and won't happen. This is. There's something. Oh, man. I put a little extra in this monster today. Ooh, I put a lot extra in this monster today. Whoa. It's gonna be one of those kind of streams, huh? Tuesday night, party night. Yeah. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try your Lewis here in a second, especially now that I know that the hour or the stream is an hour early. I'm gonna try and like really sandbag time. Anyway, yes, for those of you who don't know or who watch this on replay during the normal times, whoever you end by, when you end the unit's turn, it tries to hand this red debuff off to somebody within 3 tiles. This debuff really hampers your attack. Like you'll see, you take a big 50% attack nerf, which is fine for Springfield because a lot of her stuff doesn't have to do with attack. Her biggest thing here, which is that she's giving everyone extra HP, has nothing to do with her attack. I mean, yeah, sure, it heals based on her attack, but the healing's already kind of nerfed, so she can comfortably just hold this in the corner and be sad. Let's see. We wanted to make sure that we could actually trigger the attack, though. Think about this. Can we do it this way? Yeah, there's no way that we can. I'd like to hit both these guys to pull them together, but we can't. So we'll just throw it on this guy. It doesn't really matter who. Just as long as the bird is up, because remember, when the target with the bird dies, the bird goes to, I think, the highest HP enemy. Usually it goes to the boss, but I think it's the highest HP enemy. Everything else is good. Changju, you are going to get spicy. Can I get to here? No. This is the spot where she can hit the most different enemies. This boss is kind of weird because it's like you want to get super aggressive on this boss. It's like I've tried kind of like spreading out and being passive and like taking shots when you can, and it's just so hard to down the boss like that. So I'm gonna run right up in her face. The only thing I need to keep in mind is I don't want too many people grouped up. So Vector's gonna stand here. As long as the boss can come to here, so as long as I don't stand right here or right here with either of my next 2 units, we'll be fine, because I don't want the boss to cleave like 7 people. Wait, we have Alva first. Alva to here. This is just another trying to get as many people as possible. Like, you could drop it. There's 2 ways to do this. You drop it here to try and make sure these ads die, especially this one. He's kind of awkward to get to, as well as hitting the boss. Or you just kind of go turbo, like, I don't want to say gambling mode, but like you just try and throw it in the middle here. The boss always wants to hang out in these barricades, or the tall ones. Like the boss like almost never takes cover along these middle ones if she can avoid it. But if you throw it in the middle here, you've got pretty much the entire area covered, so that next turn you don't have to replace it. But I have had the best luck putting it right about here-ish to get both these enemies. That's what we're gonna do. Weirdly enough, though, Alva's not in range to hit this guy, so that actually was kind of a small mistake. But... yeah, dude, that is a good looking Lewis. Paul, I might try it again after this with your Lewis. I figure it's gonna like just absolutely crush this. We shall see. Oh no. Vector's coming up here to the front, and there's like a pixel you can put this. Yeah, right here. You can get both the side guys. You won't get the melee dudes, but I think that will be. It's more important to get these two range guys down. There was a way to get maybe not with this team comp. I can't remember. I've tried so many team comps on this fight. I forget which ones do what. Like for example, both the corrosion team comps can kill all the ads on the edge in the first turn. This team cannot. But this team does a lot more damage to the boss. For those of you who missed it, we're borrowing a segment 6 Alva, so this Alva is going to be... Actually, I'm stupid. I used this ability wrong. I forgot she was segment 6. And that's actually kind of a misplay because that generates a shield. So we're going to redo Alva's turn completely. And we're going to do it right. We're going to put it here. And then we're going to ult right away. And this is important because it gives the shield, which is, it plays into the stage debuff right now. Because on heroic difficulty, if you don't have a shield, where is it? If this unit does not have a shield type effect, damage is reduced by 25%. So that actually is kind of huge, having a segment 4 Alva that immediately gives the shield when she ults. Now, once again, I'm pretty sure that bug is still in the game, that if you have segment 1 Alva, you also have segment 4 Alva, but you know, you get the idea. Want to do the same thing, kill all the ads, but we're gonna do even more damage now. Damage is king! It's so weird to be streaming on a Tuesday night. And let's go ahead and just go Unga Bunga damage. And then this is my basic Yas Queen Lewis. I think we can just come right to here. Yeah. We'll be able to take one hit from this dude, especially with Springfield ults up. Wow, we just did so much damage to the boss. Yep, 2 hits there. Sure enough, there she likes to go. Oh, look, he just menacingly walked up to Vector. I'm gonna guess that's because if he would have attacked, he would have died. Sometimes the AI doesn't like do that. Like if they're about to attack something and die, they just won't attack. I'm gonna have, so Changju did get hit with sword. Okay, alright, I lied. It doesn't matter because first turn she doesn't apply the debuff, yeah. Okay, well, Changju's just gonna run right up in her face. This next turn is the turn that she does the big like AoE with the sword. So she's gonna jump. This was something we couldn't really figure out last stream, was like where she was jumping to. It seems to be based off her current position, she jumps to the furthest target away from her. And if there's like weird tiebreakers and stuff, but that's been most consistent for me. So if we keep Springfield way over here, the boss is gonna jump to Springfield, do her little kick thing to launch her across the arena, possibly stun her, which will be less important. And then she'll proceed to AoE, or she'll try and get an AoE off. So that actually kind of works in our favor, because actually there's no point in hiding in cover. So we'll stand out in the open. What's going to happen is when she jumps all the way over here to Springfield, when she goes to AoE, she's only going to have one target, so she's going to try and move closer to the group, which will be over here, and then she'll probably... that's an point. So I actually hate it when the boss is in this corner. This corner is so annoying because it LOSs you in the worst possible way. So I would rather have her AoE the entire group than get in this corner. And we can kind of manipulate how the boss is going to stand. Because like I said, the boss tries to hit as many people when she AoEs. And on this turn, the AoE is a 4-tile AoE. So if we come to here... Yeah, I'm just... Yep, I had to think about that. I'm going to have her finish off... Ooh. This should kill it. I think this will kill it. Because this should break the shield, and then Alva should finish it. Oh! Oh, but we fixed it. And then we'll do... Yeah, we'll just have Springfield clean both these guys up. So we know that the boss is going to jump to over here, probably, one of these 3 tiles. So we just want like 1 or 2 units kind of in this area. I think we're going to leave it to be Alva. So we're going to have like Alva and Springfield, so that means the boss will come to like right about here to try and AoE. And when she does that, then she'll only have 6 tiles of movement to get to her wherever her final position is going to be, which is most likely over in this corner or back to where she originally started, which is fine as long as she doesn't go to this horrible, horrible corner. So Lewis, you're going to come... Oh, she's got like no... We're going to have Vector go first. Have Vector go first. So the first attack from Vector is targeted, so it didn't do any damage, but all these follow-ups are going to do damage. And then actually we're going to have Alva come over here just to make things a little interesting. This will really... this is the same problem. This attack is going to get ignored, so maybe we can have Lewis go before. I really want Lewis to ult. Just don't think we have enough attacks. I think, unfortunately... See, Alva has one of the tin soldiers, so even though this ult is going to get blocked, it's still going to do a nice chunk of damage. And this ult is going to do nothing. We have to wait till next turn. This is an AoE attack, so weirdly enough, that worked. So we did crack through it. Let's see, did I do this right? She did get knocked off to the middle of nowhere, and then she came over here to AoE. Oh, she moved the mark? That's so toxic. Yeah, it seems to be the other incredibly inconsistent thing about this. When she, in the previous turn here, this Nell Striker, this moves the mark to a different person, but it seems super inconsistent on when she does it. Most of the time she just skips it. But that time she did it, and she did it on Lewis, which isn't the worst, but we do kind of need Lewis to not have it, because all the Tin Soldier attacks are based on Lewis. And unfortunately, if Springfield didn't get stunned, we could have had Springfield like walk up to here, and then Lewis could have ended her turn and handed it off to Springfield, but unfortunately, that's not gonna work. We also have all these ads to deal with, which won't be a huge problem because we'll hit them with Vector's ult. But once again, we got to make sure that we get rid of the tech debuff on Lewis first. Ugh, this is a gross situation. Also, this is a super dangerous turn because we lost Springfield's ult. We no longer have the HP buffer. And we're going to take extra damage on all the units that got hit with swords. So we got to do like 6 different things this turn. So we have to make sure Chongju doesn't get hit. I believe Lewis can't get hit. Vector is... I think she dodged it. Right? So Vector can get hit. So Vector's just going to stand right next to the boss along with Alva. And I think we're going to bring Chongju over here. And Lewis further back from her. Oh man, this is rough. Who do we give this debuff to? kind of don't want it on Chongju. Oh man, this is a rough one. Alva doesn't want it either because all her shields are based off of her attack power, and right now this is a kind of a scary turn because we have no shields. Ew, this is so gross. I think it's going on Chongju. Yikes. Overcapping on Confectants a lot too. Yeah, there's just nothing we can do about it. Unfortunately, it has to be. Like, we could have attacked with the other units first to get... somebody would have lost out. There's just no way around it. Like, because if we would have attacked with Vector and Alva first, we could have got Chongju to do her attacks with no debuff, but then Lewis would have had the debuff. So somebody was getting screwed either way. Let's do this. Or actually, maybe Vector can crack the shield. Yeah, okay. We're pretty solid here. I think we're doing so much damage with this Alva that things will be Gucci. He did live, though. Surprising. Damn, this Alva just does so much damage. This might be a problem that he lived, but we'll see. To be honest, we're so far ahead in damage with this Alva that I don't even think it matters. Because we're going to just get her into the danger zone. Even if somebody dies this turn, we should be okay. Slow it down here for a second. So she's going to shoot the furthest, which she can't hit. So she's skipping that. Like, she can hit him, but not really do much. Then she's going to Sword Strike on these two because she usually tries to Sword Strike the closest targets. Yep. Which is fine. She's going to heal a little bit. Not the end of the world. That's the end of her turn, which actually worked out fantastic. And then, yeah, these little guys are going to go, but they can't one-shot somebody with a shield. All right, that worked out really well. Now we just kind of do whatever. We'll hand this back over to Springfield. Here, Springfield, could you do me a favor? Could you hold this? But you gotta make sure she's in 1, 2, 3. Yeah, whatever. We're just gonna kill the boss. We're just gonna ignore the ads. We're just gonna kill the boss. We're gonna wait till after Vector and Alva go. That should... We have to re-Alva alt. We do it like this. Oh, we'll get Lewis's ult right away. This hits 2 targets, which should be 2 volley fires. I lied, it was 1 volley fire. I think we still easily have this, though. This will be the last point of Confectants that Lewis needs. Oh my god, Alva! Alva, calm down. Okay, yeah, we had more than enough damage. I would have guessed Alva just... yeah. And when you break those shields on the boss, like, it just does... She follows up for so much damage. Wow, I'm surprised Lewis did this much. Oh, well, that actually makes a little sense, though, because a lot of their attacks are... Well, not Chongju's. Actually, I'm just surprised by this. Lewis did a lot. Okay, so that's how you do it with Lewis, or with Alva. Let's do it with Lewis real quick, and then we're gonna move over to gambling and other such fun as we wait for the last couple people to trickle in. Yeah, dude, daylight savings, the bad. My voice sounds so different from 1.75. I hope that so my microphone had an issue a while ago where I started sounding like a chipmunk. I hope that's not what's happening. I hope that just means you watched the previous video at 1.75. I didn't have a chance to do like a quick test run of the audio equipment before the stream. Yeah, dude, Alva kind of slaps. Can't wait to use her with SOP mod, which we'll get to when we cover CN News. Okay, Alva's on timeout. We're gonna use a boy here, Paul's Lewis, and we're gonna see how cracked this is. Now, I'm tempted to use, so... Well, I need to check. Which keys do you have? Okay, so you do have the key that lets non-burn units. I know that you want units that can do fire damage to get the tin soldiers all cracked out. The other option is water units to take multiple turns. The only issue is running into a weird team building problem now. If I do this, I don't have anyone to do shields. And if I do Alva, it's not the worst. It's just going to take longer. Oh, Peg, I watched a stream from the beginning at 1.75 because I was late because I thought it starts at 5 a.m. not 4 a.m. Yeah, that's a total my bad, actually. Pega. Yeah, we discussed earlier that it was a daylight savings problem. Why can't we either all do it or none of us do it? I don't understand. Us Americans, we like to do our own things and be weird like that. Hey, top off my drink here. I think we're gonna try this team again. You know what? No. Let's go full Unga Boonga, guys. Let's see if this works. This might be horrible. We're going full Unga Boonga. We're gonna see if we can do this without even the shield buffs. Because we're missing out. Oh, actually, this is so dumb to do this. Because we're missing out on 25%, 25%. This won't matter because we'll implant fire weakness and water weakness. We're missing 50% damage. We're gonna see if this works. Oh, nice! It went on Springfield right away again. Here's the problem, though. No, we can do the same opener. Same opener will be fine. Oh, no. You have to actually press the button, Chongju. I just wasted a rewind. I'll admit, guys, the number of times that I had to restart the entire fight because of, like, running out of rewinds because of RNG on this was a lot. Like, a lot. I haven't had to restart fights this much in a long time. Dude, everyone got speed boost on their first turn for their buff. I think we still do this. Yep, that kills them. We can't put it here. Yeah, if we could have had someone pull them in, we could have hit them, but... The reason I'd really like to hit as many targets as possible is because I want to generate as much confectance as possible for Lewis. Let's have... Do I even have Total Try, or do we just go full Unga Boonga? It's hard to go full Unga Boonga mode when we don't have a Frost debuff because we're doing so little damage. And we only get 2 attacks this turn. Can this even kill this guy? I don't think she can even kill him in 1 turn. We're going to go full Unga Boonga. We're gonna try that and see what happens. My guess is not good things are gonna happen. I'm gonna take the boss's favorite spot. That'll teach her. Although Springfield's in a weird position right now. I had her come up instead of go back, so she's actually not the furthest target. So this is gonna be weird. It's gonna be total. We'll see how that goes. Oh, that's right. Big segment Lewis gets to do this on only 4 confectants. Do we alter? Do we? Yeah, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't we alt? I lied. She did take it. Need shields. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. It's not over yet. Have the dwarves dug too greedily and too deep? I need to... I gotta give one to Tololo so she can take her turns. Ooh. I mean, Vector is gonna heal when she does her follow-ups. I think we have to. Yeah, I want to put the... I really need to put this on the enemy. Oh, it's medium ammo, though? Let's see. She really needs... I think Vector's going to be our sacrificial lamb. This work. Chat, am I trolling if I leave Vector to die? I also need to do something about these ads. I think we have to... Oh, man, dude, this is going to get so hard without a shielder because I need to do something about these ads, which is going to make it really hard to damage the boss this turn. And then next turn, we're going to not have Springfield's alts up. Oh, man. Well, let's just play it safe for a minute here. I know I was going to go full Unga Bunga mode, but I can see it's not going to work. I don't know if it's too late to back out now, though. We're going to leave them there. We'll have Tololo do a triple turn. Hopefully we can just clap all these ads. It's just unfortunate we're going to waste a lot of... It's going to take a lot of resources to do that. Okay, maybe not as bad as I thought. Alright, so let me think about this real quick. So she's gonna jump to Springfield, slap her across the arena probably, and then try and AoE off of Springfield. I think Tololo needs to be over here. We'll just put her on this side of the box next to Vector. That should be okay. Because the boss is definitely going to come to, like, right here. And AoE, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go from Springfield. Let's say best case scenario, the boss can get to anywhere in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the tile the boss will probably end on to AoE. So we just need to keep it, most of everyone outside of this. Unfortunately, I already miscounted with Chongju, so she's going to get hit. But Vector can come to here. And Lewis can come, like... Lewis can probably take one hit. That probably won't be the end of the world. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we can do this. We can have them both come here. Let's try that. Let's see if everyone can outrange it except Springfield and Chongju. But Jesus Christ, this... I am also kind of underestimating how much damage this Lewis is doing. Like, if we lose somebody, I think we still just kill her on the next turn. She's almost dead. To Springfield, and she's gonna run up, and oh, I miscalculated. We're good. No, we're not good. Damn it! Why did she do that? Can we finish this off in honor of... Oh no, because Chongju's stunned now. Nope. It's a disaster. Okay, what can we fix to do that? So we can't have Springfield end there, huh? Gotta go all the way to the beginning of the turn. Because Springfield can't get ping-ponged. Or actually, it's fine if Springfield ends there, but Chongju can't end there. So we can have Chongju come to here. That plays out the same. Springfield can come to here and give the healing to Tololo as required. This is what I was talking about. Like, you have to pretend you're playing oh my gosh, what's that game where you're like, well, I guess Reverse Collapse also does it, but there's a lot of games where you like you rewrite the timeline. we gotta rewrite the timeline and find the correct outcome. Yo, what up, Denzel? Everything else went really good that turn. I think actually Tolo kind of overkilled. So maybe we... This is AoE, so actually I'm going to have this go first. I lied. It's targeted, but it's AoE, right? Am I stupid? Oh, it's not AoE. Oh. I blame the game for tricking me into that. It's clearly an AoE attack, and when you're in Face Strike, it always is an AoE. So I got bamboozled there. That shouldn't change too much though, because we'll still do this. That's overkill. Is this? I think we're gonna actually do this first. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted to happen, but it's gonna work. So many volley fires. All right, and then Vector comes to here. So it should be about the same. I mean, we're a little behind on damage compared to last turn, but I think we'll be safer this way. Oh, she always manages to get game. You had all those targets. I think Unga Bunga strat is a little too risky, boys. But we're gonna try it one more time. Nope, no, not. We want to begin to turn 2. All right, we almost have perfected this. We have one last chance here. Somebody's gonna get clapped from the gunshot. I just don't know who, and I think it's gonna be Changju probably, because she's gonna be the only one out in the open, which I'm sure the boss will target her. Can have. How Unga Bunga do we want to try? Maybe that was the problem. Maybe we weren't going Unga Bunga enough. Maybe we could hit her with this. Well, we're not going to get a kill. We're not going to... There's, like I said, there's a part of me that wants to do that, but we're not going to get a kill, and her shield is up, so... There's just no point. I also could have moved her again that time, but then the boss, I think... If I would have moved Springfield here on her second action, then I think the boss... gets a little weird. Where can I stand? Ooh, this is a problem. I thought I could get around this box to where Vector's standing. Or to, like, right here. Because I do not want Lewis to be in a direct line of sight to the boss, because otherwise she's going to get shot and killed. That is a problem. We're out of rewinds now, so I can't fix it again. Because maybe now I would have actually considered putting Springfield there. Okay. Damn. I played myself. Can we fix this, chat? I think we might be able to fix this, actually. Okay, hold up. First, let's do this. Then, I think we have Vector come to here. Crack the shield. You guys... Got an idea, guys. I got an idea. Okay. Tololol is going to be the hero that we need. Not the one that we deserve, but the hero that we need. Okay. If we have Tololol end here, or over here, maybe the boss... she's still gonna do it. I'm trying to see if there's a way that Tololol can end in a spot that will pull the boss in that direction, so that when the boss AoEs, she's in that direction, and that she won't shoot Lewis, who's standing out in the open, because I could not get her to a good spot with cover. Maybe I could come to here, like over behind one of these corners, and then she'll AoE these two. Because I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, she could stand right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, actually, no. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So if she stood right there, she could either hit 1, 2. She couldn't hit 3. Let's try that. We have one shot, guys. We have one shot. I mean, it's not completely over if somebody dies, but Lewis is the main damage dealer. I do not know if without her volley fire, if the rest of the team can crack through this shield. All right, pray with me. Pray this strat works. Oh no, that's right. She shoves. No, it's all over. Yeah, she's gonna run up an AOE, and then Lewis is gonna get shot, isn't she? Shoot somebody else. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Oh, we did it. We did it. It works 10% of the time, every time. Okay, who needs... I don't think anybody needs... Hold up. I'm getting a little excited now because this is looking like a free kill. Make sure she can hit all the targets. We don't want to get, don't be too hasty. Don't be too hasty. Let's have, yep. I think Springfield can go next. Hit her from that side angle. Really throw her for a loop. Who's got the debuff? Oh, Vector's got the debuff. Who do I want the debuff handed off to? I think Springfield, so maybe she just stays right there. 1, 2, 3, perfect. Give it to Springfield. This is unfortunate that this will not hit as hard, but I'm pretty sure the tin soldiers are just gonna clap everybody. Tin soldiers, so strong. Oh, and we got the fire embers. Oh, dude. It's ogre for the boss, not for us. Okay, then we'll hand the debuff off to Springfield so she can hold that. Perfect. Got a Lewis ult and everything. Can we just kill her with the ult? Yeah, it's gonna crit. Easy game for babies, dude. All that's required is that you be friends with somebody who needs a high segment. Here we go. See, I like what they did with this fight because it kind of leans into some goofy team building, right? Like bringing mono element teams to this is going to get you killed because you're not going to have enough HP to survive most of the attacks. And it's like they balanced it around the assumption you're going to have a segment 6 because I really highly doubt you can do this without a segment 6 just because you need the damage to get through the shield every turn. Maybe there's some goofy shenanigans you can do with, like, I don't know, maybe there's like a specific team comp that can get around it, but I think you're gonna struggle mega hard if you don't have a high segment character. That was a segment 6 Lewis that was borrowed from our boy here, Paul's Lewis. He put it up for me. But yeah, if you don't have at least one borrowed segment 6, I think you're gonna like mega struggle, which is cool because it's clear that they balance the fight around that because they know that you can use an assist. Right? Like normally I don't like that kind of stuff because it's like, okay, this is just a whale game mode. But since they have already kind of factored in the fact that you can bring a borrowed character for the assist, and they kind of balanced around that, it's like it felt to me difficult but fair. So, dude, I love that fight. I thought that was awesome. It was really cool to like see some, and like I said, the boss mechanics of the fight really required you to think because if you try and auto that, I'm scared to even try to auto it. But if you try and auto that, I'm sure the AI is just going to get your guys killed. Even if you have segment 6, I think a lot of people will just die. Excuse me, will just die. So that was fun. I'm really hyped about that fight. Like I said, I top myself off here, but I really think that there's a lot more of that in the future. If there is, I'm happy. So. All gone. Alrighty. I only rolled on her because she is cute, but I never leveled her beyond 4. Dude, bro, what are you doing? Lewis was one of those sleeper units where when I tried her, I didn't like her. Then I messed around with her a little more, and I liked her. And then I started doing testing, and then I loved her, right? The biggest thing for Lewis to me, and this seems to be something that nobody really kind of focuses on, probably because of Gunsmoke. This is all Gunsmoke's fault. It's always Gunsmoke's fault. But the thing that to me makes Lewis so good is the way the Tin Soldiers, when you attack and do volley fire, the way that this works with AoE units, specifically Vector after she got her key, and it hits the entire field with a volley attack, is fantastic, because there's no range requirements on this. Like, Lewis doesn't have to be within X amount of tiles, so she can be on the other end of the map, and if the AoE clips somebody, which can easily happen because it's so huge, she's going to do a volley fire for full damage against that target. It generates way more confectants, right? It gives you 1 confectants for every enemy hit. So if you get a big AoE off with Lewis or with Vector, you can generate enough confectants to ult on the first turn or the second turn. It's just way better than I thought it was. Like, because no one ever talks about those, because those things don't matter in Gunsmoke. Because in Gunsmoke, you're just sitting there hitting one target the whole time. But in like normal gameplay, it is massive, because I'm pretty sure the volley fire also, and I don't know, actually I clicked away, but I don't even know if it says in the skill, but I think it ignores cover. It says targeted burn damage, but I don't think, yeah, it's not, it doesn't specify, but I'm almost positive it ignores cover, because I feel like I've seen this hit targets with full stability in cover, and it just does full damage every single time. So that to me is like one of her biggest value points by far. Like, that makes the fire team so comfy to use, because Vector is every other turn hitting the entire map with an AoE that also triggers a volley fire that ignores cover. So you just wipe up little enemies with it. And like I said, it turbocharges how her ult generates. It makes her rotation a lot less cancerous, because normally her rotation is really gross. Really, really gross. Even at segment 0, I'm talking. Yeah, dude. Big fan of Lewis. I have come around a lot on her. I was really, really down on her when we first got her. And then the more I played with her, the more I tried to use her, I'm like, wow, this unit is a lot better than I thought. And then obviously at higher segments, she just kind of goes bananas. The only thing I don't like about her current existence, and this is not really her fault, this is more of just how they decided to do this mechanic, is I don't like this thermal conduction. I don't like how no matter what you do, you can only generate, I think it's 6 embers. I don't know if you guys can hear all that thunder outside my room. But the only thing is she can only generate, I think, 6 total, because each ally is going to only trigger this one time from... here it is, yeah. When you do a volley fire, you get 3 points of Searing Flame. This can only happen once per turn, I believe. So that's the only downside, but that's not really her fault, because this is really, I think, to encourage team building, which is going to get interesting in the future, as we'll discuss here in a minute. We'll talk about CN News. So let's, I made the switching screen here, so let's, let me swap accounts. Hopefully, oh, dude, we're 10 minutes still, or people trickle in. I'm going to swap accounts, though, and we'll get to the good stuff. I'll wait 10 minutes. We're going to stall for 10 minutes until we start gambling. In case anybody also got pranked by the daylight savings time. Yeah, dude, I'm with you, Paul. Hard fights are fun. They have to be... The other cool thing about that fight in particular, Paul, is that there's no, like, real rewards locked behind it. So it's like, if you get stressed out by difficult fights, you just don't have to do it. All you get is the little percentage number, you know, on your card here. And also, anybody who's struggling with it, if you want to borrow my my Alva, words, want to borrow my Lind for that fight, just so you can friends me. Or even friends this account. It'll have a segment 6 Alva here soon. I can't guarantee you it's going to be the most geared, because I'm still waiting on frost attachments. I think we're still missing attack. I've been doing the double drop thing all week for frost, and I just can't get one to drop to save my life. Yeah, none here. Close, but not right. This, on the other hand, I've gotten 3 of. And then this one, I think I might have just got one. I did get one of these, but it was like the lowest possible rolls, which means this is a lot of gold chips. So I'm tempted just to keep trying to get a different piece. But so we're still waiting on a gear set for this, the gold chip. And then I also need to gold chip her keys that she's using. Yeah, I haven't done any of these yet. So she's not going to be the most cracked Alva. There's probably, if you have another segment 6 Alva to borrow from somebody, you probably are better off borrowing that. But if you want to, if you need a unit to borrow, like I said, my main account, I'll show it again at the end if I remember. Oh my goodness, I'm so stupid. You guys can't see what I'm looking at. Ah! I'm like referring to things on screen and you guys can't see it. Oh no, it's a disaster. I guess so sometimes I'm too meta-brained and everyone said you need Lorelei for her, who will probably skip. Yeah, this is the problem I have with the whole CN-EN divide, is that, yes, that's kind of, I even got played by it a little bit, because people for Lewis were, not so much the Lorelei thing, because I know that was kind of not true, but just how she worked at base segment 0, people were really undervaluing it. They're like, oh, it's just a side grade to Sharkery, and I'm like, no, it's not. It is a huge not side grade to Sharkery. So, like I said, it's annoying because once these things get out there, it's like nobody can change the community's mind. So we're just going to have to wait till we catch up on the servers, but it is what it is. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by Lewis. Just like I'm pleasantly surprised by Alva. Like, Alva is just as good as I thought she was going to be, but for some reason, I'm enjoying her playstyle even more than I thought I would. I can't explain why. I think it's because when you crack the shield, and she does that follow-up attack for essentially like double the shield's damage, it just feels so good. So good. I am just double checking things. I gotta make sure that I got the stream prepped, or the CN side prep. So we're gonna gamble. Look at, guys, look how many collapse pieces I materialized. I promise I did not buy anything in the shop. This is not Ernizzle whaling. I did my homework and I powered through all the campaigns here, and I still didn't actually finish all of these campaigns. I got one more to do here. Got Cyborg. These don't give you collapse pieces, but anyway, I materialized 150, is 150 pulls, I think. How many tickets is, yeah, I materialized 150 pulls, so unless we literally go to double hard pity, we'll get something. And I'm hoping it's a 6, Alva 6. Well, it's not. I don't know if I am hoping anymore. I think we've kind of forced it to happen. Look at Colfane here. Who does this remind you of? This is, remember when we used to make fun of Krolik sitting in the chair? Now Colfane's in the chair. Yeah, Lewis is pretty goated. Pega says, Alva is fun, but Segment 0 Row and Segment 0 Dash feel pretty underwhelming. Yes, they do. Xiaomi feels like negative damage. That's fine for Xiaomi to feel like negative damage, though, because her whole job is to put shields out and support. She's not really there for the damage. She never has done any damage. And that's, like I said, that's fine because that's not really her job. Her job is to keep the team alive, which she does a great job of. Especially with Alva now, like, because the shields never go away, it's really nice. Okay, let's get to the gambling. I think I want to stall for a few more minutes. We're still a couple minutes. Let's go to refitting room. We got this. So we're looking at segment 6 here. This is good, but it's sad because this is gonna require more freeze units. I'm really hoping that they don't botch Satmod's kit, because when we talk about in the CN news section, so they did preview Satmod and they gave like a very quick explanation. And by explanation, I mean summary. She's gonna be a weird unit. She's gonna be supposedly the first hybrid unit. And that she's going to be ice and fire, I think, was what the people are saying translation. So we're going to see how that works. We'll talk about that a little more when we talk about the Sion news, because there's a reason why she's going to be Ice and Fire. It has to do with a new game system they're implementing. But this is a little sad because this is a very strong segment. It's just that, you know, the user has to do defreeze damage. This unit, I think actually Alva might be like, she would probably be like Springfield overpowered levels if this was just all damage. Even if it was a different ratio, even if it was like, instead of what's the ratio? Every 1,000 is 3% and 2%. Even if you halved these numbers, if this worked on all damage types, I think she would be just a little too cracked. So there is a downside that you have to run other freeze units, which, as we know, the freeze team right now is just womp, womp, womp. But hopefully SOP mod will fix that. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Was there anything else we needed to cover on this account? Oh, yeah, well, gotta switch back to the main account. I was supposed to gamble on the crew deck on the main account. On the main account, I have enough for... Don't let me forget to do this, guys, because I need to. Our female commander here. Hi, Nemesis. We need to gamble on the main account because I have enough for a 10 pull. This account, I was not using them. Why do I only have 50? I feel like I should have more. That's about right. But and we're gonna save these for the next, maybe the next one of these. I don't know. We'll get into that in a minute because it gets weird. Who's up here now? Oh, hi, Groza. No, I don't want to know about the Dreamscape. Okay, let's gamble. It's close enough. So thanks for anyone who's tuning in right now. Sorry, so as I explained earlier in the stream, in America here, it's daylight savings time. So even though I posted the exact same time on YouTube, and in my time zone, this is correct when we started the stream, for everybody else around the world, it was not the same time zone. I was hoping that YouTube would auto convert it, but alas, that is not true. But here we go. Just in time. Yep, Chada just in time to gamble. And then we're going to move on over to CN News and probably just chit-chat on that for a while. I have to pour myself another drink if we're getting to CN News. So we just won segment 5. I think we got super lucky, right? Didn't we get segment 5? All right, so this was segment 5. Did we get this like right after? No, but we did win a 50-50 on it, I think. Yeah, we did win a 50-50. Was it this one? Yeah, this one was the one that we won right after losing. So we lost to Faye there, and then like 110 pull later, we got an Alva. But anyway, I think we can force this no matter what. What segment are we chasing on this banner? We're going for 6, bro. We're almost there. We got one more to go. We're at 5 currently. And then after we get to 6, I can kind of retire this account. And only use this account when I have to record something on a, you know, lower level account. So let's just let's begin here. I was wondering if we were going to start off with a bang here and just instantly get her. Are we going to get a segment 7 Alva though? That's the question. Ooh. CZ. Whoa. Like I said, it is cool that all the previous events are in... Almost all the previous events are in the like past events tab, and I was able to farm them all for all the collapse pieces. Like I said, if you just click through, you know, skip cutscene and borrow a really high unit, you can almost just create an alt account like this and get yourself a segment 6. Yeah, I guess it would be kind of anticlimactic. But Pega says it would be pretty funny to hype up the gambling then win on the first 10 pull. I'd also feel kind of stupid because it required a decent amount of time to click through all those story missions. Like, you know, it was like I could semi-AFK it because, you know, it's like brain dead, but at the same time, it did take a while. There was a lot of missions to go through. No free handouts. Making this exciting. 40? That was 40 so far, so 50? Not yet. Not yet. Here's 60. This is in soft pity, I believe. There it is. Okay, so let's see, guys. Do we have any leftovers? Or are we gonna have to lose a 50-50 before we can see success? Get out of here, Kofen. No! Get Sabrina, nerd. Oh, well, that's okay. We did come prepared for this, so it's not the end of the world, but I was hoping maybe we'd have a couple leftovers so that we could grab another unit in the future, because I think I would like at least 1 or 2 other Frost units to pair on this account. Like I said, not that I'm going to be playing this account much. I'll be honest, guys, doing double dailies in this game, in addition to like other stuff, is just, you know, it's not the way to go about things. But the dream isn't dead yet. I'm just glad that all my extra farming was not in vain. Double Alva after. If only. Getting a lot of 4 stars, like a lot of 4 stars. 20? No. I think we might end up going to hard pity for this, guys, but it's worth it. I guess as I'd probably be amazed, referring to getting Alva after the first 10 pull. Like after 10 years of gachas, I've always had incredibly mediocre luck. Like, isn't that the point though? As you play, like as you gamble, like over a long period of time, your luck should always come out to be about the average. The game really wants me to play Groza. Yeah, well, we might be able to after we talk about CN News. You play 2 Grozas. Always got to do the door slide, because we never know. Peeking? Nope. Never know when there's a 5-star hiding in there. Oh, yeah, we're going to hard pity, boys. Ta-da! This was the N94, yeah. And this is not quite soft pity. Like it says, that's the thing. The average is boring. The only time I ever got a double drop was on the standard banner. Oh yeah, I feel you. That is the downside, right? It definitely, it feels, well, that's the thing. Like the longer you play, right, the more of an average you're gonna have. But every now and then there's like those little splurts of good luck, and you know, you just gotta live for those moments. You know. Okay, this is gonna be, unless I'm super unlucky, this is probably gonna be the guarantee. All right, there it is. Alrighty, let's look at it. Here we are, boys. Behold. Let's see what else is in here. Any other goodies? Another 5-star maybe? Nope. Well, there it is. We did it. We met our dreams. Oh, come on, game. You can do this. You can do this. Let me close this. There we go. Oh, dude, they're already advertising AK-15. Behold, gentlemen, segment 6. We did it. It took a while, but we made it. Took what, 4 gambling sessions or 3 gambling sessions? I don't remember how many we'd done, but it took a bunch of gambling, but we made it work. So this account can now kind of rest in pieces. I'll have to log in and fix these attachments, but I look forward to being able to borrow this to myself. And I guess anybody in the platoon can borrow this too. Although, I don't know. There might be somebody with a better one in the platoon. V6 Alva is great. In most day-to-day gameplay, she leverages her damage better than a V6 Row. Absolutely. I agree 100%. I said, the Robella has, like, it's fun to see her ult for, like, literally millions of damage, but at the same time, it just, I feel like you just spend so much time, like, just waiting for that one big ult to go off, and, like, the rest of the time, her gameplay is very, very boring. Have you ever been doubled, but it's 2 Sabrinas? I have. Oof, Chata. Oof. How? How? Is that on the standard banner? Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. How could you be doubled and be 2 Sabrinas? Because that would imply, and a limited banner, that would imply 2 losses, which is impossible. On the standard, that would imply that it was before they added the targeting, like, thing. Either way, I feel sorry for you, Chata, if that's what happened. You know, my condolences. Okay, let's move on over to... Undom, please contain yourself. This is a PG-rated chat. We can't be saying stuff like that in here. Let's move over. I'm gonna move to the nice comfy chair, and then we're gonna pull up CN News. Oh, this is weird. This is awkward. Let's not go there. Here we go. Sit by the beach here. Oh, you know what? No. I lied. We can have more gambling. I lied. I'm gonna switch the stream real quick. I forgot. You see, you guys almost let me. You almost let me do it. We gotta gamble for the Clukini, dude. That's the real gambling. Will we get a Clukini? Switch back to the main account here. I thought they were gonna take this scene away after the anniversary ended, but they did not. Yeah, I was talking. Undom says he was talking about standard banner for the double Sabrina. My condolences. You think they're ever going to add Tarius to GFL? I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to see the I don't think we're ever going to see the X Paradise units, and probably we might not even see the X Singus Fairy units at this rate. Okay, we're back. Let's go to the crew deck. We're back to Chad Commander. It's time to pull the lever, boys. Oh, it's so choppy. It's so choppy. Here we go. We are 60 in. This will be 70. Surely. So there is an increasing odds of getting this after 50. So we're getting close. Oh man, this took a long time. This took 2 months to save this many up. We haven't gambled on this banner, I think, since like January. So let's hope for the best. No! Oh, the man who was cucked to death. Oh no, we got accessories. Yay. What's this? Termination. I mean, this is kind of cool. I'm all about the Nemesis figures. Oh no, what happened to the rest of them? No, game. Big rip. I mean, I could fix this. I have credit tokens, and I think that's what might happen soon, because they have not been releasing skins that I give a shit about. We were talking about this. We were talking about the skins that are available. Is my seat open? God, Bella. Okay, you don't have to move. I'll go sit somewhere else. What about outside? I could squeeze in. Oh, look at this. Hi, guys. Wish I could sit by the beach like that. But I get the whole thing to myself here. Hell yeah. Let's sit right here. What was I saying? We were asking like how many more skins do we have like that are we behind from the CN side for units that we actually have, right? Obviously there's skins for characters that we don't have yet. And we were discussing like how many of them are like Gunner skins versus normal skins, and I'm like looking at the list. I'm like, oh my god, it's just all Gunner skins. It's all dresses. It's all dresses and like pseudo lingerie. And I'm like, okay, well I guess I'm not spending these credits anytime soon. I have so many credit tokens to spend, and there's just not a single outfit that I'm looking forward to. I said UMP 40 is pretty cool, so we'll have to wait. But it'd be nice if we got. We're never getting the Kluk Ice again, are we? Not that one, this one. We're never getting an outfit like this again, are we? We're never getting tactical, like it's all just Gunner stuff. This was such a good outfit. It's so good. It's so good. Like I get it. You know, some people want, you know, the bikinis and some people like the dresses, but like, can we just have a little variety? I think I counted. I think it was like literally the last 12 skins was all just Gunner stuff. I'm like, come on, guys. Come on. Help a bro out. Help a bro out. They have to finish Sangus first. What do you mean by they have to finish Sangus first, Noah? Yeah, you're talking about it like in GFL1 or? Well, I mean, they kind of hinted at it a little bit in this game because we have Fetusa coming eventually, and her linkage to SF is a little not incredibly clear, but I was actually hit with culture shock. Pega says I was actually hit with culture shock this morning. I thought the CN stream was pretty hype, and then I opened social media and everyone was angry. Well, we're going to be able to vent our opinions on this in a minute here because I'm about to pull up all this. Yeah, sorry. Noah says, you meant adding Paradeus units. So you're saying that you have to add all the Sangus Fairy units. And, I mean, yes and no, right? Like, yeah, they could just sprinkle them in, right? Because essentially they should be, in theory, hanging out together. Right, we still don't know what happened. Like I said, they never wrapped up that storyline from the first game, like as to what happened to all the Sangus Fairy units after Frankfurt. So we have no idea what happened to them, but I'm gonna assume that all the Paradeus units are just hanging out with them, because like where else would they be? So I don't know. Oh boy, Chada's trying to cope here. Lore-wise, the Gunner fits might serve tactical purposes when fighting Varjägers. They're humans, so I haven't seen any female Varjägers. Trying to seduce the Varjägers and distract them. Oh no. No. Not like this, Chada, no. Okay. Screen. Before I start, I'm gonna go on a super quick BRB and get a little bit of a top off here, and then we're gonna start the news segment here. Let's go ahead and tease the news segment up. Here we go, and we're gonna BRB super quick, and then we'll continue. And he's back. Okay. So we're going to I'm going to not watch this whole stream. I'll be honest, dudes. I watched this live and I was dying because it was just so much talking. They like barely put stuff on screen. But that aside, we're going to skip through most of this because, you know, you don't want to hear just Yu Zhang talking Chinese the whole time. So we're going to skip and I'm going to do the highlights. Let me make sure. Can you guys? I have it muted right now because there's no point listening to them talk. But there's a video, like an intro video here. Let's see if I can actually turn the volume on for this. I hope. Let me see. It says there's volume. Yeah. There's like it's like very quiet. I can't really turn it up from here. Oh my God. Billy, please. Actually, you know what? And as long as I'm doing that, hold on a second. I'm going to turn maybe make this a little easier for you guys to hear. So quiet. Okay, let's try this again. But I can't really turn this volume up. So this is, oh, by the way, guys, big spoilers for story. Going forward from this point, this is your fair warning. If you want out before the story spoilers start dropping, this is the part of the stream where you close your eyes. Because there's some significant story spoilers that we haven't seen yet, although nothing's too crazy. And there's no big lore drops. It's just like you'll see characters that, yeah. Censoring, dude. They're censoring this video. Oh no, Krolik in the cuck chair. Tokyo Ghoul mode. Yeah, I'm sure this video has like been reposted 100 times by now. This is just like, I think, the trailer animation for this patch. All right, whoa, so fast. That's, I mean, they just go so fast with these previews. Okay, so that's the new Groza unit. This is Groza. I don't know what her actual name is. I think people are just calling it Groza Black. This is we encountered her in the story in the last event. This is the one that fought everyone on the bridge. They redesigned her a little bit. But the interesting thing about this unit is right here, which is, God, this is so blurry because I can only stream this on like crappy. And how do I turn these damn comments off? Dang it, Billy. Why you like this? Whatever. Is there a way to hide this? Oh God, Billy. What are you? What is this? Turn off bullet comments. Thank you. This is what I want to talk about. So first things first, Groza Black is going to be one of the first Omni Element characters, and maybe she'll be the only Omni Element character. Like I said, you can't really tell here, but this is her using her ability, and I guess this is switching whatever element she is. Once again, there's no details on how any of this stuff works. It's just like a teaser. But she'll be able to switch element here, which I don't know if you can see. She's paired with a character from each element here. Once again, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Like maybe she needs to be by the character, like whoever she's standing closest to, she absorbs their element and switches to that element. Nobody knows. But so yes, Groza unit, the new Omni element, which to me screams this character is going to be a must pull, which is kind of unfortunate. Unless they really botch her kit. From a meta perspective, I think you guys are all going to get stuck pulling for this character whether you like it or not, because the flexibility that this character will give you in team building is just going to be... I hate it when they do must-pull characters, but here we are. We'll continue the video a little bit. This is her first, or one of her abilities, I don't know, just auto-attack. Just going to show off some of her animations and whatnot. Really cool redesign of the OTS 14. And an even cooler version of the sci-fi version. This is kind of like... This is what they've been doing, right? The gray or the white, black, red color scheme. But this one, they leaned a lot more into the black and red color scheme instead of like the normal white body. Excuse me, I'm getting like the hiccups. Drinking on a Tuesday, this is what it does to you. But anyway, I really like this gun. I think this is probably the coolest part about this character is I want to snag this gun. And the 4-star version as well. So more animations for her abilities. These look like 1-to-1 copies of OG Groza, right? Like that's the grenade shot, except the mortar. That I don't know what the fuck the mortar was. This is her perfect cover one. Of course, there's no allies to show it working, but I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be like this character's version of perfect cover, and then this is her suppressive fire, or whatever it's called. Heavy support, heavy suppression. I don't remember. Wedding ruined. He's like, peace out. Okay, so that's the new character. Fair warning. This is why Nizzle drinks this. You're gonna see negative Nizzle come out here in a minute. I'm not gonna sugarcoat my opinions on a lot of this stuff. This is just, if you want the toxic positivity, I suggest you go to, I don't know, Reddit. Do they still do that over there? Do they still circle jerk everything? But I hate this design personally. The fucking, what is this? What is this? The stupid fucking boob curtain nonsense. Stop this. I don't know who keeps designing characters with this. Like, Niketa was bad enough. Now we got it again with this. Just stop. Stop it. Stop it. Also, the weird veil thing is like, sure, how does that work? How does it stay on her? Nitpicks, I know, but I'm not a huge fan of this character design. I also hate the goofy, where is it? This. I understand why this is for sure reasons. I won't get into it, but there's like a lot of like implications with reverse collapse and whatnot, but I hate this like flesh puppet arm ship shafting nonsense. It's so gross. It's so gross. It creeps me out. They did a good job on the animations, obviously. Usually this is a cool little touch. She's got like the covenant ring or oath ring. But the rest of the design, I don't like it. I just gross. So anyway, to compound this problem is, like I said, the fact that the omni element aspect of her is probably going to be unfortunate, because it's probably going to make her be, like I said, I don't like saying this, but I think it's going to make her required for team building going forward. I'm scared that it's going to be too good. So let me fast forward through the rest of this video here. They do a lot of talking. This is just another picture of the splash art. Let's see, Pega. We have opposite opinions. Pega's like one of the first SSR guns that doesn't look worse than the SR version. Oh, you're talking about the weapon itself. Yes, the weapon itself definitely looks cool. That I can get behind. The rest of it, not so much. This is a separate unit for those of you who didn't catch it. It is available through the gacha system. So she will be on the next gacha banner. And then following her will be Satmod, if I can ever find her in the stream here. Where's the next preview thing show? This is more Groza stuff. This is another, we'll get to that in a second. Except the evil nun, dude. No, I don't like evil nuns. I don't even like normal nuns. That's a weird thing. Most Reddits still do toxic positivity, except GFL2s. They complain about literally everything. Oh, dude, I guess I might fit in right home there. The GFL2's Reddit is pretty toxic in general. Yikes, dude. I mean, that makes sense. Reddit is just a horrible place to begin with. And if you're, let's put it this way, if you forced me to be on Reddit for any period of time, I also would become a terrible person. Irrelevant of like what's happening with the game, I would just become a terrible person having to spend that much time around them. So this is the other part. So this is the This is the skin for alternate Groza here, Groza Black. Oh, there's nothing wrong with this skin necessarily, besides the fact that it's another dress. I'm rolling my eyes. You can't see it, but I'm rolling my eyes. It's another dress. And this time it's for alternate Groza as opposed to normal Groza. This is the part of the character that's really weird to me. They have done something which I consider like a cardinal sin when it comes to games like this, and I hate it when they do it. They've essentially separated these two characters for storyline purposes because of the gotchas. So is they're logically they're separated because of the gotcha system, right? They want you to roll in a new character and they want her to have a different skill set, which is fine, except from in-game story reasons, they tried to like transfer that to in-game, and it's a nightmare now because think about it. You have a covenant ring or an oath ring on normal Groza. It doesn't transfer to this Groza. You got to get a new ring. It's not the same character storyline wise and essentially personality wise. So that's weird too, right? Like now you get to like do the whole getting to know the character story building all over again. That's weird. Then you have things like this costumes. They don't switch over between the different versions of the character, right? So now this costume is going to be locked to Groza Black, and so normal Groza won't get this costume, which I'm sure is going to upset some people. To me, I don't really care because I don't really care for dresses to begin with. The other thing that upsets me is that this is, out of all the Groza dresses, this is the most boring one. Like the one that, so in the last major, or not, just 2 major events ago for CN side where they had her in her like ballroom evening dress, which I cannot remember the name of, but it's that red one. It's the red one. She had like CG art for the in-game like cutscenes, and it was a GFL1 transplant. I was actually looking forward to that one. I'm like, okay, I'm not really into dresses, but that's a really fancy, nice one, and it's like a kind of a throwback too. That one didn't get. Why? I don't understand how you can have splash art for that one, all CGI'd and ready to go, and then like not like create it and release it. I don't know. Yes, thank you, Dawn Forger. That was the one. So she wore that dress in Dawn Forger, but like that's not the one they released. So I almost feel like a little bit of a bait and switch too, because it's like, come on, man, you teased it, and then we didn't. That's not the one you gave us. Like, I don't know. Okay, well, there's some animations of it. We'll continue to go. Yeah, sweating skin, says Paul. Yeah, I know. It's a different Groza, and that's what I don't like. I don't like that they split the character in two. Yeah, they didn't do that for the new Nemesis. That's what Noah says. We're going to get to the new Nemesis in a moment here, because this is the part that really makes me confused, right? Dude, the weapon? Weirdly enough, like I'm like, yeah, this is all boring. But the weapon? Oh, it looks so good. Yeah, we're going to talk about the upgrade system right now, I think. That's the next thing that we have to show off. Let me see. Can I make this? I'm not really sure how Billy works. So here we go. Okay, so the next part of the stream, the next like bamboozle bait and switch moment. So people saw the silhouette of this character and they thought it was AK-12 because she's holding a mask, right? For like the rest of D5 members where... And so everyone thought, and the hair kind of works, right? Because when you're in a silhouette, you can't see anything. So everyone thought this was AK-12, and instead it was, it was me. It was me all along, Nemesis. So Nemesis is getting a upgrade, like not like a neural upgrade, like an actual unit upgrade. This is interesting. Let's see if we get to it. So she's still Sentinel. It's hard to read the text here, but if we can fast forward it, the sensors every time, man. They show off the animations here in a second. Here they are. I lied. This is just them showing. You're going to get this for free. This is like a login and get this alternate version of the character. Fast forward a little bit. Fast forward. Here we go. Slow down a little. Okay, so these are some of the animations. They didn't change any of the animations. As far as I can tell, these are the actual, like, exact same one-to-one animations that normal Nemesis uses. But this is the new outfit. It's not really an outfit, though. It's an upgrade, because if they show it here... Here we go. So she actually can switch forms now. Let's see if they show if there was any more to that. So, okay, so this is like normal Nemesis. And then you can hit this button and you switch to alternate Nemesis, Genosis form. The icons change. which means that it's weird because, as we'll see in a second, they're the same animations that she uses, but they must have different abilities. I'm going to guess what they did is just jack these abilities up and make them good, which, I'm on my knees praying. I'm on my knees. Her initial playstyle and initial kit worked fantastic. It's just that her numbers were teeny tiny baby small. If this essentially is the exact same playstyle with maybe some nice quality of life changes, like for example, the premonition mark moving around, and then maybe just like added a couple zeros on the end of all her numbers, like multipliers, this would be fantastic. One downside though that I can tell. Well, oh no, maybe I lied. Hold up. I didn't notice this the first time. Okay, this makes me a lot happier. I just noticed this right now. So you see right here the purple bar, and even under her portrait here, purple. This is the 4-star version. When she switches to 5-star, she actually does get upgraded, which to me is important because that says that all of base stats and stat scaling is now going to be a 5-star stat scaling, which will be way better. So that, in addition to that, the power level of the unit should match other 5-star units. So I'm really excited about that. Because that was my big concern. Because I when I first watched this video, all I saw was the weapon here, and the weapon didn't change. That was one of my big concerns, is that this was just going to take a 4-star unit and make a 4-star unit slightly better, but that still doesn't cut it these days. So the fact that she's going to be a 5-star now, it gives me hope. It gives me hope. Let's see if I can fast forward. This should show the the animations here. Rewind. So they have a horrible problem with only putting this stuff on the screen for like 3 seconds at a time. It drives me freaking crazy. I was like watching this while also doing stuff, and every time I looked away to go to another window or type something in chat, like in Discord, they would put one of these up on the screen, and by the time I looked back, it was already over. But here you can see in this really blurry. God, I'm sorry guys that I don't have a Billy account, so I can't stream this in more than like 420p. But anyway, it's the same animations, I'm pretty sure. But like they just got like cool graphics overall. Like this is the same alt animation. She just got kind of updated. So all right, let me catch up on chat real quick. They may be saving the OG Groza dress for her upgrade. I don't know, Paul. I don't know. Maybe the Groza stuff doesn't bother me so much because she was never really any of my favorites. Well, yeah, Pega, if you don't care, it's hard to feel betrayed if you didn't care. I'm more surprised how lots of people actually expected AK-12 here. Really? AWACS 100? I thought it was pretty expected because AK-12, we haven't seen her in the story, but actually we have, haven't we? We've seen like her silhouette or her like CG. It's hard not to because you have both AK-15 or Voy Mestina and Alva in the game. So AK-12 is just like for arbitrary reasons being left out. So I can understand why people wanted it to be AK-12. And it, like I said, it did look a lot like her from the silhouette. Although, as we'll get to later, they do eventually get around to saying, haha, bros, it was just a prank. AK-12 is actually coming, so. SW88 says, it was more of Nemesis because she holds in her PV. You're referring to, I'm assuming her animations. People got so angry about the AK Nemesis thing. See, I was not angry about it, Pega. Like, I was like, for me, I was like, a surprise, but a welcome one. Like I fully expected it to be AK-12, and then when they showed Nemesis, I got super hyped. I'm okay with this. I'm totally okay with this. AK-12 waiters had a wild ride. Yes, they did. They're still technically waiting. So get in the waiting room. Give her the power to talk. Yes, we'll see, Noah. Like, I'm going to assume that as part of this upgrade, I think a lot of this upgrade had to wait until they could do Sextan's story, which is chock full of story spoilers, as far as, like, Paradea stuff. And I think they had to kind of go through that before they could kind of upgrade Nemesis, because they finally kind of hinted, or not hinted, but they finally confirmed like the Nemesis Paradeus link. So they had to get that event out of the way before they could do this upgrade, which is fantastic that they do that. I'm really hype about that. And I'm gonna assume there's gonna be a little bit of an overhaul on her character because of that, because she's been sitting in limbo forever. And can we? I'm gonna have them continue this stream because there's a little more. There's also a new weapon, which also kind of looks cracked. I love the barrel on this. Scope's kind of weird, but you can replace the scope. But I'm assuming she's going to get the ability to talk like a normal person, and they're going to do a little bit of character development because in a minute here, somewhere, they're going to show off the next batch of Covenants. There they are. So these are the next batch of Covenants, and she's on there. And then I don't know who this could be. I don't know why they did this, right? Like they blurred out Sotmod in the back, but then they show her off like 15 minutes later in the stream here. So whatever. But yeah, so Nemesis and Paritia are finally getting their covenants or their oaths added to the game. So I'm hoping that they're going to probably do all of it at once, like the alternate version of Nemesis, plus the oath, plus the character development / story that goes along with all that. And then maybe she'll talk more like a normal person. But maybe not all the time. I do, that's, we don't want her to go full normal. We want her to still be kind of goofy. Yeah, Bethilda is underwhelming. I hope they do Nemesis right. That's what Umdam says. And I hope so too. I'm hoping that they've learned their lesson from like 5-star characters that are just not making the cut. I don't expect every 5-star to be perfect in every team, but like, man, you need to make the 5-stars have at least a use somewhere, right? Like nobody wants like I said, a Bethilda or a Faye, or trying to think of something like Vapley, just like doesn't fit in any team, gets totally left behind. It feels bad. About time Nemesis is upgraded. I was so mad that her peak key was just one support attack or something. Yes, Chada, dude. I was furious too, because as we'll see in a second, the rich keep on getting richer. Oh no, wait, we're gonna go to Sotmod. Oh god. This stream, man, this stream is a roller coaster. So this is Sotmod. This is her new design. It's something. It's something, all right. This is not what the design was in her like CG artwork, which is making me worried. This was a huge letdown for me, right? I hate this design. I hate it so much. The jacket is cool, and then they did nothing else, right? They unzipped the jacket because we got to have Gunnar bait in the game. We literally cannot go 5 minutes without Gunnar bait. So they unzipped the jacket, even though the jacket's the coolest part about her design. It's hard to see because it's so blurry, but this is like a liquid nitrogen tank. So they've kind of confirmed that she's ice, and then later on they talk about her being the first dual aspect character, which we'll get into in a minute. She's still Sentinel. That one's like kind of not surprising because almost every character in this game is a Sentinel now. I hate this onesie unitard, whatever the hell this is supposed to be. I don't really like the rest. I just don't like it. The robot arm's cool. I'm glad they kept that around. In fact, both the arms are robot arms. I'm glad they kept that around from her original design. I just did the middle part of this design is just, it's just, I hate it. I hate it so much. They converted her scarf into a scarf that also has like a weird wire thing in it. I don't know. It's weird. The gun looks pretty fine. There's not really much you can do with the gun. The gun looks almost exactly the same as it did in GFL1. I said mostly it's just like the mid section of the character. I hate this like body design they went with. Just ugh. So you guys can all at me now, and this is the part where you just rip me apart on stream, but I don't care. The sensors will never not make me chuckle yet, dude. Like, there's nothing special about these sensors. It's just like a normal, like, essentially a bikini top. There's no point in me trying to find like uncensored art because it's just literally like boring bikini top. I don't know the etiquette of borrowing from their uploads, but yeah. I'm not sure what that's referring to. I'm a little behind on chat, so. I hope Vepley gets the first super rare upgrade so she is usable. No, no. I hope Vepley just. I hope they just pretend that never happened. Thanks, says I thought it was AK-12 as well, but then I thought along the lines of I was wrong, but this is fine. Yeah, referring to Nemesis. I'm totally cool with that. Most free 5 stars after release are pretty lackluster, to be honest. Yes, that is an unfortunate problem with all gacha games. They seem to be doing that a lot. Is like they'll hand you a 5-star unit to entice players to either keep playing the game or to come back to the game. But then the 5 stars are just bad, and you're like, why are you even doing this? So in Star Rail, they've stopped doing 4 stars in that game, and essentially what they do is they'll just hand you a 5-star instead of having 4 stars to kind of make up for gaps in team building. They kind of just do 5 stars that are like very generic and unique that can work with lots of teams, and they just give you it for free. Either they'll give you a currency that you can trade in to get it, or they'll just hand it through an event, which is kind of like a nice in between, so that they don't waste their time making a 4-star character that gets power crept like immediately, but also like still allows people to try different teams and stuff out. This game might do that. I'm hoping it. Star Rail has finally hit like a nice balance of like the characters that they give away for free are powerful and strong, but they're not like meta shattering good. For example, in GFL1, M4 after her mod 3 was like meta shattering good, which was kind of okay because you only ever got one of her. But anyway, I'm hoping if they're gonna do 5-star upgrades, like I said with this Nemesis one, I hope it's not a flop. I really don't want it to be a flop. I want it to be usable and good. AWACS says, I dig it. I'm assuming you're referring to the SOP mod here. Maybe she zips it up when in ice mode. She gets cold outside and she zips up her jacket. That'd be a nice little touch. That is the one problem, as you'll see. They don't show any animations or anything of this, which is a super letdown because she's the character that's following Groza Black on the banner. So I mean, we still have 3 weeks before she's showing up, but it's kind of lame that they would preview the whole thing and not preview like her animations or anything. That's because I don't think they're gonna have a separate stream for it, and if they do, it's whatever. This is something I wanted to get into though. So this is, as we just discussed, SOP mod is a fire ice unit, which they gave no explanation as to what that means exactly, because they don't show her skills or nothing. But the reason she's a fire ice unit is because they are adding elemental reactions into the game, specifically elemental tile reactions. And they're gonna show it here. It's hard to tell what's going on. I don't even know what the hell triggered this middle section, but it'll be more clear in a second. Really hard to tell with this blurry ass preview too. But they'll get to it in a second. They'll show you different tile reactions that happen. So yes, if you hit like corrosion with electricity, for example, something different happens. So this, I believe, is fire tiles. I believe these are like fire tiles from Vector's alt. And then this is Klukai using her alt, which is weird because this is corrosion. I don't know what... This is a horrible unit to show this off on. I don't know why they did this, because it's confusing as hell. Because it's water animation, but this is corrosion unit. I don't know what the hell's happening. Anyway, detonations. Corrosion on fire detonate, even though... Ignore the water. Ignore the fact that it's splashing water everywhere. But this is corrosion and fire. It seems to be detonating. The fire detonation is from the tile reaction, and then the water splash is from Klukai's segment 6. Toxic inundation, or not toxic inundation, toxic infiltration. I said they literally picked the worst unit to show this off on. I don't know why they did this. I said if they were trying to confuse people, they did a good job. That's from her mod key that we don't have. But anyway, I think they're going to show a couple more here. Yeah, let's fast forward a little. They show more tile reactions. So here we go. This is electric and corrosion. This is water and electric, which kind of already existed, but now it actually does something. So it looks like when they step on it, they get zapped and it chains to people. First he's going to attack. Then he'll stop his turn. Then he zaps and electrifies everyone around him. So we're like Divinity Original Sin 2 now. We're, adding in them tile elemental reactions, which I'm... Yeah, I'm not sure about this. This is an interesting one. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's the rest of the examples. This is an interesting one. I'm gonna let you guys throw your opinions out there first, and I'm gonna catch up with chat. All says maybe she zips it up with a nice mode. Yep, we covered that. Mika's character design brainstorming session is like, you know what? What's better than a jacket? Boobs. Splash art is a mess, to be honest. I don't hate it. Depends on how she looks in game. I'll be honest. I hate the splash art, but they could redeem it in game. Like I won't hate the character because of it. And we're gonna see in a minute here that they show a preview of her alternate skin that's getting released with her, which is a little better. But that base design art is just horrible, and I hope they do a much better job with the in-game 3D animation, which, you know, that's not even copium, dude. The art team, they've just been like the 3D art team, just every time smashes it out of the park. So, you know, there's still hope. I want to see it in 3D. Chada says, let them talk. They're cooking, or Pega's saying that to Chada. Paul says, you can still clear all content with crappy characters. Yeah, I mean, I know you can clear content with crappy characters, but it doesn't, let's be honest, like everyone wants the characters they like to be strong, at least in some content. And while the game's difficulty is pretty low, that might change in the future, and you never want your character to not feel viable. Like, for example, what you said, Paul, is 100% true. Even on release, right? You could use Nemesis, and you could use an all 4-star team and get through the entire story mode. The problem is now we're a year later. If you were to use current 4-star Nemesis in any team, you're going to be really disappointed, like really disappointed. All she does really is apply defense down 2. You got to remember, I'm #1 Nemesis fan, so me saying this hurts me on the inside. Like I'm being torn apart as I speak these hateful words. But using her in any team right now is just like specifically Gunsmoke is just yikes. It's just huge yikes. So you want characters to be good, if nothing else, to pad them for longevity so that they don't get phased out once they're no longer top of the meta. And it's raining like crazy right now. Usually they only show the final character shortly before the actual banner. I mean, yes, that's true, but like I said, this stream was supposed to cover the entire major event, so I was hoping they were going to show Satmod. Yeah, Pegasus says, showing off the corrosion fire reaction by using a skin that makes her skills look like water was definitely a choice. Yeah, super confusing. Not sure why they did that. Will there be hybrid units in the future? Mixa asks, and I have no idea, but I'm gonna guess this is the direction they're gonna take the game, because we spent like a year padding out mono element teams, but the problem, and I knew this was kind of a dead end when they did it, this is why I've always not been a fan of it, is like, what happens when you have the full fire team? Then what? Do you just power creep units on the fire team to replace them, right? Like, do you just make a better version of Lewis? Do you make just a better version of Sakura? It's a dead end, right? Like, you get to a point where you're it's like, I guess you can get to a point where you make one of every type of weapon for every element, right? Like, here's a pistol fire unit, here's a sniper fire unit, here's a machine gun fire unit. It's like, oh cool, we did all those. Like, I don't know, let's move on. So now I think what they're going to do is lean more into dual element characters, which is going to make team building more interesting. So that way you'll have units that pair better when in like dual teams. I was reading in one of the, I'm assuming this 4chan threads, that Stream mentioned the art wasn't finished, and we'll see when she comes out. That did happen once before. If you remember, M200's art came out. They didn't change anything on M200. They like modified her eye color or something stupid like that. They like barely changed it. That's just grade A copium, I'll be honest, dude. Saying that the art's not finished. If it wasn't finished, they wouldn't have shown it off in the stream. Like, if it's unfinished, like, it's the teeniest, tiniest, like, minuscule, like, details that they're going to change. Moving on. Tile reactions. Denzel says, tile reactions are interesting. Hopefully they will make it actually impactful. Nemesis could have had a stun skill like Nagant, considering her speech confuses people. What'd she say? I'm not crazy about the elemental tire reactions, because I'm not sure if they're going to balance it in a good way, right? This has always been my approach on it. The elemental tile reactions, to me, it's a good step forward for the game. I kind of wish they would have had it in from day one. It seems really weird that they're adding it so late. We're 2 years into the game for CN side, and they're finally adding in something that, in my opinion, was kind of the most obvious thing to do on day one. So it's really weird it took them this long to do it. And I'm not positive they're going to be able to balance it in a meaningful way. Because either it's going to be something generic that happens, like, for example, fire corrosion will detonate them, but fire water will detonate them, but now it looks like steam, but it still does damage, right? It's just a detonation of like an explosion. Or ice and fire will now evaporate the ice and leave a water tile behind, but guess what? It's going to shatter the ice and do damage. So it's like, essentially, they all just are ways of doing bonus damage. So either they're all going to do the same amount of damage, or some are going to be better than others. For example, that chain lightning ability. That chain lightning ability, if it has like good multipliers, it just might outperform all the other elements, right? And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that one or two of these elemental reactions are going to be like unga bunga powerful, and the other ones are going to be like, don't even bother, right? Because it's kind of the same way with the tiles currently. Fire tiles implant a huge weakness, like, and a vulnerability to the element, and water tiles literally just make them take the water weakness as a weakness on the character, right? But the fire, like I said, the Inferno tiles that Vector generates also makes them take 20% fire damage, and then there's like another 20 or 30% in there somewhere. So I'm not convinced that they're gonna balance it correctly. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But like I said, I'm a little concerned why it took them so long to do it. And it also makes me nervous that they're gonna balance it in a goofy way. But we'll see. We'll see. I know everyone's already just essentially saying, Lamau, it's Genshin Impact all over, but that doesn't bother me too much, right? Like I said, this game system has been in other games. Like I said, I originally thought Divinity Original Sin 2 when I first saw this. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, it's that game's tile reaction system. Which was cool in that game, but in that game it was almost too overpowered. You could do some wild stuff in that game with it. So we'll have to see how they, because once again, they didn't really give any details. They just kind of showed us those like 2 5-second videos, and then they kind of, all right, next topic. Which is weird for a topic that's now totally gonna, this change it, dude. I'm calling it right now. All the other YouTubers, clickbait video, this changes everything. CN live stream preview, this changes everything. It's gonna have a big arrow pointing to the screenshot of it. Big red arrow. And the guy in the corner is gonna be making the O face. He's gonna be, oh! On it right now. Don't at me when I'm right. Yeah, Pega says, I never liked element systems because it forces you to use characters that you potentially do not like. This could possibly still be true, right? Like, for example, if you don't like the Hydro characters and you really need one to proc the Hydro ability. But in my opinion, it's good because it helps characters that produce tiles, they make them more valuable. So even if you're not like the strongest character with your support abilities, the fact that you can generate the tiles might be kind of a big deal. I'm trying to think. Florence is not a good example. She doesn't generate tiles. Who on the Hydro team generates tiles? I think it's just Sabrina. I don't know. Like, for example, a unit like Deshevia gets a little bit of value out of this, right? Because she generates frost tiles with her abilities, even though she's buffing the frost team. Okay, I'm caught up on chat. Let's keep going. Mod keys. Springfield and Robella. Thank God Robella is getting a mod key. Don't worry, guys. They don't tell you what it does, though. So we have no idea what Robella's mod key is, but Springfield, why? Why? She's already the best healer in the game by like a mile. They show it here. It's kind of uncreative, at least from the visuals. Once again, they don't really tell you what it does. Guess what? Double the birds, double the fun. Look at, so she alts her birds up. This is a segment 6. You can tell by the bird. And guess what? She gets another bird. Oh my God, is so many birds. This one looks like it's an actual summon though, because it takes up a square. We'll have to see though. Which would make sense because the water team is all about summoning like physical on-field units. But so yeah,
I don't know why they're giving Springfield a key. They said hopefully it's nothing too crazy. She's the best healer by far. She's like meta shattering what she's done to the game. Like so she just does so much. She just does so much. So it's like it's weird that they gave her a key, but I get it. They want her to have a place on the water team if the water team is going to be all summoning units. Ignore this banner. This is not for us. We don't get this. At least not anytime soon. This is also reruns. We don't have to worry about that. What was this? This is more free tickets, which we will eventually get. We'll eventually get all this stuff. But we'll just have to wait till this event rolls around on our servers. Here's the Nemesis art again with the sensors because Lamau. Yeah, Paul. New bird means she jives better with General Do. Exactly. I think that's why they did it, is because they just really want her to solidify her place on the team. Here's Bartender Grozone. What is this AWCS? The Caucasian soy pog. Yeah, I guess that's one way to describe the O-face. Springfield, another bald eagle. Yeah, America. Double the America. Yeah, I think so. SW88 says skill 2 is pretty useful. Skill 2 AoE. I don't think they showed it there. Did they? Maybe I missed it twice, but I heard that as well, that people were saying that the mod key also makes her skill 2, which is shared telepathy, hit every unit on the field. Is that what she's doing right now? You can't tell though. I mean, she did use it there, but she's the only enemy, or she's the only teammate on the field, so unless there's like a context clue, maybe this is just like directly from the Chinese, which I can't understand. So, but yeah. Anyway, I think this skill 2 is becoming AoE, which is good because that way if you run her with Niketa, I mean with all the Hydra units, right? If you make the skill AoE, that means Niketa, Florence, Tololol, and General Lu can all benefit from it. You don't have to pick and choose, which is good. It's just weird, like I said, because it's like, man, she was already like the auto must-have include on that team. So it's weird that they may even... I could see that key coming out in the future when she's starting to fall off, but to me, it's weird that they would include it right now because it's like, so good. She's so good. Mixa says maybe Krolik and Colfane will get their SSR version in the future. I hope so. Oh, that was something I was going to talk about. We kind of skimmed over it when we were talking about the Groza Nemesis situation. Oh yeah, they're updating this. Well, here we go. Here's a problem, guys. Which Groza is this? This new Groza is this old Groza. How am I supposed to goon in AR, not knowing which Groza I'm gooning with? Is there going to be an option to change the Groza that we're looking at? Like, I mean, my whole immersion is just ruined right now. I don't know. What if I want that Groza in the background? What if instead of saying nice things to me, I want her to say mean things to me? Did the devs consider these things when they updated? I give up. This is interesting. Once again, they literally show this for 3 seconds, so I have no idea what this is exactly, but it seems to be the dorm room, right? Like this is the hallway. It seems like they're adding like set pieces for characters so that, you know, they have like cool animations and stuff in their set pieces. I don't have much details about that. Oh yes, but back to the Nemesis Groza thing. This is the part that's really weird to me. In the same patch, they are introducing 2 systems. They're introducing the Groza Altar, which is a totally separate unit that is rolled on, but then they're introducing the Nemesis Altar, which is a swappable unit that you just change in team building. So that is mega weird to me because it's like, I hate that. I hate that so much because I like the way that they did it with Nemesis. I feel like if it's the same character, which I know it's not the same character, it's a different Groza. Yeah, I know. But if it's essentially the same character, I like the swapping system better because usually the character is so power creeped you'd never use the old version. And B, because theoretically there shouldn't be 2 of the same unit on the field. It's kind of weird when you Star Rail does this, right? Like you can make a team of all Dan Hungs. It's really weird. It's like, bro, why do I have the same person here 4 times? It's like, I get it. They're different versions of him, but it's still the same person from the same timeline. It's just, I don't like it. So, but it's Mostly it's a confusing precedent because that means we have no idea. For example, um, what you were saying, Chada, about Krolik and or whoever was saying about Krolik and Kulfane, it's like, are they going to get separate SSR versions of themselves, or are they just going to get the upgrade system, right? And is old school Groza, is 4-star Groza going to get an upgrade to 5-star, or I don't know. It's super weird, and like I said, it just I think they handled it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, the barista scene shows you can farm mats for the keys. Yeah, I saw that. I forgot to mention it. Cool drink though. I like how it's a slushy. I love these kind of strawberry daiquiri type slushies. Not just because you put alcohol in them. So yeah, so you can get the keys thing here. So this is gonna be the default drink that everyone drinks from now on. Congratulations. Which I'm totally for. I'm okay with that. It's good. I need some more strawberry daiquiris in my life. Especially after watching a stream like this. Here we go. Finally, a big win. Another big win. It's just peak, dude. It's just peak. I love this. I love this system where they're adding more costumes for the commander. It's an easy win. This one I think is free too. People are saying it was free in the chat. I don't know if that's true or not. I believe it is. This seems like an easy win, having commander customization. They could even start selling this stuff in the shop, and I would not be upset. But let me rewind it there for unlike the CN side. I'm going to show you the picture for more than 3 seconds. I really like the female commander's one actually more than the male commander. The male commander, he's looking kind of suave, but man, female commander, this is a cool change her hairstyle just a little bit. I think, just really nice, really nice. All about that, dude. Noah says that's just dummy links, then referring to multiple of the same unit, I'm assuming. And I hated the. Listen, we moved away from dummy links a long time ago. They can't decide what they want on that. Don't worry, we're not. The stream's not going to go too much longer, because a lot of this is going to get. There's a lot of this is repeats information here in a second. Groza fan wants the entire team to be Grozas. Okay, you guys might remember this costume. This was leaked a while ago. Back when we were having the popularity contest, people thought this was like part of the conspiracy. So we've known about this costume for a long time because people leaked it. But now it's officially here. And this doesn't look so bad. Okay, from this angle, I'm like, all right, this is, whatever, summer, more summer stuff, whatever. And then, wait for it. Wait for it. What is this? We go to the beginning here. What? Rewind another second or two. What is this? What is this Gunner skin, dude? Just get it over with, guys. Just take the clothes off and just put pasties. Put band-aids and pasties on everything. Like, what the fuck is this? Is this necessary? This is like so Gunner. It's crazy. Also, somebody pointed this out in the stream. They didn't put the censors. There was no reason to censor this character. So toxic, dude. So toxic. But like, my God, guys, like, come on. This is too much. Did they even go through it? So like, they went through it so quickly. Like, look at that. Like, come on, man. This is too Gunner. This is just too Gunner. Anyway, I'm sure a couple of you guys are really excited right now. You're probably drooling. Unfortunately, this costume is the next one that's going in the gacha system. So after the Klukini, then there's going to be Lorelei. And then there's going to be this one. And I guess it comes with a mini game. I don't know. I could not figure out what the hell I was looking at here. This is interesting, though. So it's a good thing that it's coming in the gacha system, because that usually means those costumes get way more attention and they get special stuffs. For example, this little mini game here, they usually get custom animations and all sorts of cool stuff. So this is going to be a premium skin. So I'm glad for all you Leva fans out there who are into this, because you're going to get a lot of cool stuff with that. Let me rewind the beginning again. You know, it's probably going to be really interesting as far as like all the little bells and whistles you get with it. It's just we kind of already knew this, but on the EN side, for people who weren't paying attention, they're going to be in for a shock. They're now releasing these gotcha skins at a rate of like one every 4 months. So for those of you who can math, that's kind of a problem for free to play people. So right now, if you go a whole year with the coupons like from free to play for the gotcha system, you can accumulate about 90 in a year. So that can almost guarantee you one costume per year. The fact is that they're releasing so many of these is you're gonna have to pick and choose which one of these you roll on. So for example, everyone who rolled on Klukai, you better continue to get the Klukini because you're not going to have a chance to get the Klukai Klukini and then also save up for, let's say, the Lorelei one and then also get the level one. You're either going to have to whip out the wallet or you're going to have to just get incredibly lucky, bro. But for most people who are not incredibly lucky and are free to play, you're just going to have to pick going forward which one of these skins you really want, which is, you know, I shed a tear for the free to plays out there because now it's no longer about just taking your time. I think you're just totally going to get, you're just going to miss costumes completely. It might be alleviated because they still haven't shown what happens when a costume rotates out of the shop. Like for example, after the 300 days are over, like does in the rules for the gacha system, they state that the outfit goes to like the general shop that you can buy with those whatever currency that is that you get. We'll have to see. So like maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's like you roll on the Klukini, then you roll on Levas, and then you skip the other ones, and then eventually they rotate out. It takes a year, which is unfortunate, but maybe a year later they rotate out, and then you just buy them with your accumulated in-game gacha system currency for it, and maybe you do actually get them all. So, you know, it's not completely over, but this is your warning for all EN side players. Pay attention. If you are free to play, you better start picking and choosing which one of these you're rolling on because you will not have enough to guarantee all of them. Thank you for paying attention. Paul says, yeah, each skin comes with new 30 free tickets. Yeah, but you still are not going to... Yeah, you can still guarantee one free skin. Paul says you can guarantee one free skin if you pull on the same banner, which is true. Just like I said, I'm really just trying to warn people that if you think you're just going to... Because we haven't seen the second banner yet, I have a feeling people are just going to see Lorelei's and they're just like, oh, I'll roll on this one too. And then they're going to be in for a surprise when 3 months later they're like, oh, but wait, I don't have enough tickets to also roll on Levas. So, which is not a problem for me because, to be honest, all these costumes have not been to my taste at all. I'm going to skip the Leva one and the Lorelei one, so this is going to be easy. Hopefully they'll eventually introduce a really cool one that I'll be wanting to get from the gacha system, but right now I feel no pressure. There's just a picture of the splash artwork again. Yeah, here's them showing you getting some freebies. Also, there's this. I don't know what this is. It's like a mini game. Is this supposed to be for your phone? Is this on the website? I have no context to this. Sorry, guys. But the commander tries to do a bunch of sit-ups, I guess. Working on those sick abs, bro. Yep. Then they show, yep, here you go. You get a bunch of freebies, which is cool. Helps get you jump started. Next thing, Deshevia finally gets a skin. Woohoo! Man, this news segment is taking a long time. But it's okay, because there's a lot of cool news to talk about. Deshevia finally gets a skin. I don't like it, guys. I don't like it. I like that. I like the jacket. The rest of this is just really out of place. I like the jacket. It's got like the JoJo chain on there. I see what they did. They took inspiration. This is very reminiscent of her. When I saw this, I'm like, oh, this is like her Project Narrow Cloud outfit, but grown up. So it's kind of cool. They got rid of her robot parts, which is unfortunate. So I just don't like it. I don't like it, man. It's more dresses. Why couldn't they have just made this one more tactical? I want just one tactical skin, please. But I'm glad that Deshevia finally got a skin. Like I said, it's so kind of sad to see the robot parts go away. Although it is kind of cool as well. If you didn't like the robot parts, then you're winning, I guess. Announcement about Robella's rerun for that, which we don't care. Okay, finally. Oof. I don't know why they chopped up the stream like this. So this is the SOP mod skin. This is going to be an easy purchase for me because I hate her base design so much, but this is like a racing skin, similar to how Robella's was. So that's kind of cool. There's going to be at least a skin for SOP mod that's not weird. Too skinny? No, dude, it's not too... Are you talking about Leva? This is not too skinny. This is perfect. Like I said, this one's probably going to look really good in game too with the... like the cloth materials and stuff. Once again, our team usually nails it. The sunglasses are peak. This is the best part, is the sunglasses. So I'm looking forward to that. So even though we lost with the base design, hopefully the alternate design is good. This one, another wedding dress. Another wedding dress. We kind of knew this one was coming though because they previewed it. And then I believe this one was because she won the popularity contest, the rigged popularity contest that we didn't have a choice in. You cast your votes, but they don't matter. So I believe this is her prize for winning that. Hopefully all the HK15 fans or HK416 fans will shut the fuck up finally and be happy because now she's got like 7 costumes. Maybe somebody else will be allowed to win those for once. But once again, I'm not too mad. We got the tactical outfit for her, so give her all the skins that I don't care about because I already got the best one. And then they were just they were announcing something for her. Yeah, I can't read this. I think that was just probably another mod key because it's been 5 minutes since she got some upgrades. Okay. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. Pecan doing Tour de France now, Lamau. Yeah, he kind of... Oh, it's a balancing minigame. AWACS says it's a balancing minigame on the bicycle. That's interesting. That's kind of cool that there's, like I said, you're getting a minigame with your skin. Duff says this is 100% necessary for the plot. Everyone says, I assure you, this is necessary for the plot. I hate this outfit. It makes the single most unique looking unit in the entire game look like an NPC. I'm assuming that's the Chevia skin that you were talking about. Sorry, I missed when this comment came in, but I'm assuming you're talking about the Chevia skin. And yes, like I said, it's cool that they made her like a variant. Like I said, if you don't like the robot parts, you can have the human version of Chevia, which is cool. But I understand it's not to everyone's liking, so I'm hoping that's not the only skin she gets. I hope she gets a cool skin in the future. Damn, Chada, I don't know if I can read that out loud. It's funny that they pair Leva's summer skin with cycling. What's the implication? Her being aerodynamic? There's a saying that I'm not going to say, but I don't, you know, there's another implication of her and a bicycle that I'm not going to say. The CN players were joking the default skin for SOP is to make them buy the skin. Yes. I believe it. It's working, I guess. Just not... I don't know, that's kind of not the way you want to do it. And then woohoo wedding dress skins ×2. No more wedding dresses. Okay, finally, Hawk system. This was what I was most excited about on the stream, and they gave us almost no info. Go figure. Hawk system. Look at this, guys. Heavy Ordnance Corps is here. And then we don't know what it does. Thanks for coming to the stream. Look at, there's a real one, or a fake real one. A real fake one? Whatever. They show you what it does in-game very briefly, and you can't even tell. Where is it? They talk for 20 minutes before they even show it. Where is it? Come on. They skip right to the second thing after that. So this is talking about the new game mode, which we're going to get to. I don't know. Anyway, the Hawk system, I can't seem to find it in here, but they showed it for like 3 seconds. It looks like just a targeted ability that you slam on the battlefield. Is this the preview of it? No, this is the game mode, which we'll talk about. Come on, guys. Why do they have to do this out of order? Whatever. We're going to the game mode. The hawk ability is just, it looks like you just use it whenever, and you just call down a big AoE that hits the battlefield. Like it's incredibly boring and bland, which, okay, we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping that it's not actually that. New game mode, Gunsmoke Frontline 2.0 revamped double edition game of the year version. I don't know, man. It's hard to tell what's going on here, but you pick a faction and you do. This was really confusing once again without words to translate. I don't know. But from when I was watching, it looks like, for those of you who've played GFL1, the theater version of the game mode, but I'm not really sure. They added GFL1 into it, which is kind of hype, but I'm not really sure what exactly this game mode is. Right? Like, it shows them planning stuff out and showing the different spots you can capture. So it's like kind of like GFL1, but there's no like battle combat. Like, I think in a second here they show what happens when you attack an enemy. It just like auto resolves it for you. He's deploying echelons. Here he attacks a unit here, and then it just auto resolves it. Bap. And that's it. So there's no like in-game battling like in GFL1, but yeah, I'm not really sure exactly how this game mode's working. I'm gonna wait for some like real translations on this before I decide whether I hate it or not. Like I said, I'm interested to see though. This is interesting because they put a decent amount of work in it. Like, those are all custom new stuff. And then if we can fast forward a little bit, there's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like a replacement. I don't know if it's a replacement, but it's supposed to be similar to Gunsmoke. And all I know is that when I was watching the stream, at this point in the stream, people just started spamming chat with reduce the burden, reduce the burden. So it sounded like this was another monthly or weekly game mode that you have to do, like similar to Phase Clash. And it sounded like people were not happy. People were freaking out that they were going to have to spend a bunch of time, whatchamacallit, like farming and doing more repetitive, like weekly or monthly content, which I feel them. You know, it's like people were already complaining that Gunsmoke and Face Clash was too much on a weekly and bi-weekly basis. And here we are. This won't be bad if it's just like kind of a do whenever you feel like mode, but if they decide that, because they show it here in a second, there are boss fights that you have to do, which you score on here. So like, here's the boss fights. So you do like boss fights similar to like Face Clash and stuff, but I think you also score on it based kind of like, see, like those seem to be points thresholds, but you score on it similar to Gunsmoke Frontline. So like I said, we have to wait for real information on that, but we're tentative about that. That might, as I said, there's no word on whether that's going to replace Gunsmoke Frontline. It might coexist as well, so I don't know. Maybe it can be autoed like Artifact and it's fine. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Like, here's the problem, Mixa. It's like, if you're just going to add a game mode and people are just going to auto it, like, what's the point? I'd rather them just add a game mode that people actually want to play, instead of just a game mode that essentially is there just to farm another set of resources. Like, this is definitely something the game needs, is like, it needs something that people actively want to engage with. Like, for example, earlier in the stream today, when we did the challenge mode boss, like, that was fun. Like, that was cool. It was like something to like kind of struggle towards. And there's enough time on it that it's like not a 1 week or a 2 week rotation. Like, that boss is going to be available for another month or so. So it's like people who don't have time right away can get around to it eventually. Like, I thought that was really awesome. Like, that strikes the nice balance of like giving you something to strive towards, but at the same time not pressuring you that you need to do it like right now, or like, you know. So we'll see. Maybe they can balance this. Like I said, I'm really excited for this game mode. I really want to see it in action and not these like really crappy previews that I can't tell what's going on. This seems like it's going to be a big overhaul and it's going to add a lot to do in the game. I just hope that it's not like, I hope it's not going to pressure you in addition to the other stuff. It'd be fine if they moved stuff. Like, for example, Kind of like how they canceled PvP and rolled it into the older one. If they canceled some things and like kind of squished them all together, damn, it's getting real spicy out there. Uh, it would be fine if they like rolled Gunsmoke into this or something. You know, I'm on team hashtag reduce the burden. These same motherfuckers whine when there's no content when they when they reduce the burden. Yeah, it is definitely a delicate balance. Um, it's a you because that's the thing, right? It's like if it's going to be content that people want to do, then it's not then people aren't going to ask reduce the burden. The problem is reduce the burden always refers to things that they don't want to do, right? For example, Gunsmoke. Most people, not us. We're try hard Giga Chads in this stream, but most people don't like doing Gunsmoke. And I know you can't make everyone happy, but like I feel like if they just made the game mode fun and interesting, that I think would, you know, make a lot of people like want to play it, and then you wouldn't have the reduce the burden nonsense. Right. I think we're almost done with the stream. A lot of this stuff from here on out is just skippable. We hit all the important stuff. What is this? This is. Oh yeah, Cat Cafe is coming back. Woohoo! Best mini game. And yeah, we covered all that. I don't know what the hell. Yep, this is just more Cat Cafe stuff. Fantastic. This is another thing that they previewed and then gave no, walked in, previews game modes, refused to elaborate, end stream. They just, so yeah, they previewed this. No idea what this is supposed to be. It looks like a tower mode where you're supposed to climb up in difficulties, but half of it's blurred out. No context here, guys. Sorry. New game mode, tower mode. Don't know what it is. Sorry, can't explain anything here. Let's continue on. Here's the copium. They pranked us with the Nemesis being AK-12, but just kidding. AK-12 is right there. So AK-12 is showing up. This is STR-15. This one people are not sure. This one looks like Wellrod to me, just going by the hair. Also, this could be an umbrella or something, because in her mod 3 she used to have like the briefcase that did like the shields. I don't know, this could be something. This might not be Wellrod, who knows. But yeah, this is definitely AK-12 on the right. This is her 1-for-1 outline from GFL1, and same thing with STAR. I don't take these seriously anymore, though, to be honest, guys, because we're still missing units from the last coming soon, right? The last coming soon was back in November or December, and what was it? G41, SOP mod, Sextans, and Groza, and we're literally now just getting them. So it was like 4 months later. Don't expect to see any of these units till like the end of the year, probably. But yes, there is hope for you AK-12 enjoyers. Now we're just getting into skins and stuff. Preview skin, another bunny outfit. Did she need this? She's already got one of these, essentially. I don't know, man. This was, well, rich keep getting richer. She's now got like three skins like that. And I think that's kind of it. Then this is merchandise stuff, which doesn't mean this is hilarious. The mouse pad. Absolutely peak. More merchandise here. They're showing off figures and stuff. This has nothing to do with us. I don't even think we'll ever be able to order this stuff. Maybe you guys have cool connections to some distributors. Here, where's the Xiaomi one? Sensors, dude. These sensors are just out of control. And then this one's really cool. This Changju one is really awesome. I like the little acrylic cutout behind it. I don't really collect figures like this, but if I did, I would definitely snag this one. This one's really cool. Really dynamic with the hair. Fantastic. And then more gooning stuff, I think, after this, right? Yep, more gooning. More gooning. More gooning. More gooning. Oh wait, I missed a goon. Hold up. More gooning. More gooning. These are all figures that they're going to release from various companies. I don't know whoever these companies are. I don't follow this type of stuff. So sorry, you're on your own. Finally, something interesting. Another collab that's coming with Weissschwarz. For those of you who don't know what this is a card game. I know this because I play other card games that are not this. But this means that you're going to be able to collect your favorite GFL and PNC characters in card game version. This is part of their 10th anniversary, which is cool. I don't think anyone actually plays this card game to play it. Like, I think this is one of those like anime card games that has rules, but that's not why you buy the cards. Everyone just buys it to collect cards of their favorite anime characters, which is cool. I'm sure you'll be able to snag some of these. I'm interested to see if they do like custom artwork for these or if they just literally take screenshots of the characters, which I don't know if they show it. I can't remember if they do. But anyway, I'm actually looking forward to that. I might snag a couple of those up. Another collab between something called Honor. I think people were saying that this is a cell phone company. I'm not sure. Chinese cell phone company? Not sure. More. Fast forward. Here, this is... I'm not really sure what exactly this is. This seems to be some sort of like blind box thing. These look like trading cards, but I'm assuming this is not the Weissschwarz. I don't know what this is. More collectibles. I don't know what these are, guys. I can't tell you, but these are like trading cards. It's hard to tell because it's so blurry, but these are like trading cards or collectible cards. I'm not really sure. Interested to see what that is though. And I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, I can finally catch up on chat. Kyoha is already a cow, now she's a bunny. I mean, you know, you are what you eat. So preview in December, and we have 3 of the 4 units within 3 months. That seems fine. I mean, yeah, it's just kind of, like I said, it's so far out. I can't get, it's hard to get excited about it so far out. Like I said, we still haven't seen any of the in-game stuff for G41. We've seen her like splash art, but that's about it. I think they will do anything for 10-year franchise anniversary for do you think they will do anything for the 10-year franchise for GFL2? I would hope so. The 10-year franchise, when will that be? I think that's in September for them, for CN. I want to say it's like September-ish. Maybe August. I don't remember exactly when original GFL released. But yeah, there's still some time. They might announce it. They're probably going to do something big. If nothing else, it'll be like in-game stuff, like similar how we had the 1-year anniversary for the game. There'll be something, I'm sure. Yeah, Chongju looks awesome indeed. Her little model here, yeah, it's pretty awesome. I'm down with that. And then TCG Smart One, yeah, this is like as far as collectibles, it's a very much a no-brainer. Like those Pokemon cards when I was a little boy, bro. You still don't collect Pokemon cards? All the cool kids are collecting Pokemon cards in the year 2026. Collected so many and never played it. Oh well. These ones will fit right in with that then. That's a card gacha box, I think, says Chada, referring to this thing. Referring to this. Yeah, I wonder if it's just artwork. Like, what's the point of it? Like like I said, the other one is like, you know, that is a card game. So it's like you could, in theory, play the card game, I guess. But I guess these are just like collectibles. I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. It's just kind of random. So anyway, that's the stream, guys. I'm just gonna let it play off as we talk here for a minute, and then we are way past our stream time. So I'm gonna wind down this stream. Yeah, and then Pega says the excitement for new stuff is hampered anyway because we are still 6 months behind. Yes, that's exactly how I feel, right? So Paul's correct that it's only like 3 months for CN side, but for us it's like an eternity because we're not really catching up very quickly. I mean, we're still a while behind, and unless they start after this next major, unless they start wrapping things up quickly and like pushing us forward, I'm scared. I'm scared we're never going to get there, which wouldn't surprise me too much because of the translation. Like they need time to translate to other languages, and it's not just the Eon servers, right? since the global servers are all linked up together, that's the Korean servers, the JP servers, the English servers. When we accelerate our schedule, everybody has to accelerate your schedule. So whatever translation team is the slowest, that's what's holding everybody back. Or if they're doing it on purpose, right? For example, if the JP side really, really, really does not want to be in a synchronized schedule, then they're going to hold the rest of the servers back, and there's just nothing we can do about that. That's all internal stuff they're going to have to figure out. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that they just decide, hey, we're going to catch up fully with CN. All the servers are going to be global release schedules, similar to like how other games do it, specifically like Hoyoverse games. And then it'll just be fantastic from there on out, and everyone will be happy. We'll all live in a happy universe where we can all get excited about this stuff together. Instead, we can just, look in through the window. Undom says, I don't mind being behind if it means localization remains good. So far, the translations for the story have been pretty solid. Yeah. I don't know. I've seen a lot of spelling errors and stuff, which is small. I mean, that's not a big deal, except some of the translations have been okay. Not their usual quality of work. I feel like there's definitely been a step down in some of the quality. But that's just a me thing. That's just a feels crafting thing. Anyway, that's that. Let's close this. And let's also stop it because it's going to keep trying to play videos. Anyway, summary. Lots of cool stuff happening. The game is going to... This changes everything. The game is going to change once we get elemental tile reactions. We have new hybrid units coming in the future, like some dual elements, maybe even triple elements. We don't know. So a lot of cool stuff coming. I look forward to it. I'm a little disappointed with a lot of the character designs and a lot of the costumes and stuff, but it is what it is at this point. I'm used to being the oppressed class in this game. I mean, I buy the Gunnar skins, right? Like, I'm not entirely opposed to them, but like for every Gunnar skin, for every one of these, I expect at least one of these, like just kind of normal, just kind of cool, something aesthetic or, something different and unique the character might wear. That's all I ask. Just a little bit of balance. Even something like this isn't so bad, right? Where it's kind of like, it's kind of a little bit of both, right? I can't really see, but it's a little bit of both. I'm just tired of dresses. Please, no more dresses, guys. Tactical fans rise up. Hell yeah, dude. We'll make our voices heard, all 5 of us. It's just, here's my opinion on it. Like I said, perfect example, right? Here's a good one, and here's like a not tactical one, but kind of a throwback retro one to PNC. But my opinion on it is like, if I wanted a game with tons of fan service and Gunnar stuff, there's so many games like that out there. But if I want a game with tactical, like waifu style, game, calm down. With tactical, like waifu style, like military-esque themes, there's only this game, right? Like, there's really not very many other choices to pick from. And even in this game, there's, very limited. Like, that's the problem. It's like, if you want generic anime Gunnar slop, like, you just literally go to any gacha ever made. But if you want cool tactical stuff, like, you only got like 1 or 2 choices. It's like this game, and like, I don't know, maybe there's some other niche game that I don't know about that has like more of a military theme to it. So that's just, that's just it. Luckily, Shanae's default skin is decent. I really like her, and I'm waiting so bad. Will V6 her? Yes, dude. M200 or Shanae is pretty cool. They didn't change her design too much from GFL1, but it is a nice adaptation of her old design. Yeah, Pega says like I said earlier, the problem is that they only do 2 skins a patch, and that's just, I understand that they can't make more skins just because of like, you'd need a whole army of staff to do that, but at the same time, I wish they would balance it a little more, right? Because like I said, we're literally going on like, I think that's like 16 skins now or like 16 skins of Gunnar skins for the last tactical one. Which is, I know Gunnar skins are easy money. I know why these things happen. I'm just lamenting them. That's all. This is the world we live in. So I'll be able to save my premium gacha tickets for the costume gacha for a long time. It looks like because I keep buying them. Okay, well, I think we're going to end here. I would love to sit here and chat with you guys, but we've already been going for... How long has this stream been going for? Oh my god. I think we set a new record, guys. 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think we spent more time on the stream summary than the stream was itself. We're going to end here. And I'm not even going to get much of a break because we're going to be back in 2 days on Thursday for Alva, or not Alva, Voimostina. We're rolling for Russian lady, strong, powerful Russian lady in battle mech suit, weirdly enough. We're going to just, I think, grab basic segment 0. I don't think we're going to go too crazy. I might grab the weapon, I might not. We'll see how the gambling goes. We'll see. I'm not too crazy about AK-15. Like, I like the character, but I don't like the mech suit. And also, we'll see. I'm not so sure. I'm not sold on her completely. I know she's OP as shit, but like that's not the reason I want to get her. In fact, that's kind of a deterrent. But I do want to use her so I can comment on her and see how her stuff works. How many people bought the 3-piece skin suit for Alva? That I don't know. I would hope a decent amount of people. But I understand that they don't sell as good. That's why you don't see them very often. Which is a shame. It's a damn shame, Jimmy. Hear me out. The mech in a swimsuit. Okay, I'm listening. Pega. You got my attention. But anyway, we'll be back Thursday for more gambling. And we'll probably do some more fun stuff. I don't know. We haven't done the expansion drills or peak value in a while. Maybe we'll do some of those. And maybe we will do... We'll have more heroics to do, I believe. I believe the second half of story mode opens up. Yeah. Part 2 heroic modes. We didn't even do these. We do those in heroic mode. So we got options. We can do fun stuff. So I will catch you guys on Thursday. Guys, get your savings ready and we'll meet up. I want to hear if you guys got your segment 6 Voimostina. Who was that said they were going to get it? SW88. I hope you get your... Or no, you were saying getting Chene. Well, whoever's getting the Voimostina, I want to know how it goes. I will catch you guys on Thursday, and you guys have a great evening, and we'll talk. Maybe there'll be some leaks about the stream. I can give you some better summaries. So with that, let me find the ending screen, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful one. See you later. I need some more vodka.